What's up, family? Tap in. Tap in Saturday. Tap in. Free class. Okay? Free class. Free beans. I know it's late. Free beans. Some of y'all drunk. Some of y'all high. Some of y'all. Free beans. Okay? Tap in. What's going on, family? What's going on? Y'all make sure y'all share this live. Free beans. I'm gonna be breaking a lot of shit down in this live right here. Free beans, okay? Free beans, okay? All right? Sunday. Free beans. What's going on, family? What's going on? Tap in. All right, go ahead and get your mind right. Like, again, some of y'all drunk, some of y'all high right now. Go ahead and walk into the bathroom, splash some water on your face. You know what I'm saying? So come on with. Somebody said they just woke up. Yeah, I just woke up like 2 hours ago. And had me a good nap. Okay, All right, so yeah, this is a free class, y'all. I'm gonna be breaking down the Federal Reserve Act. Be breaking down the Cestui Que Vie Act. What else? Yeah, that's a lot of information is gonna be in this live, okay? A lot of information, like, again, so I don't know who's up. A lot of folks is out clubbing right now, okay? Okay, yeah, good shit, because this live right here, I'm gonna give a lot of info that's in my product that I sell, that I have for purchase, okay, is gonna be in this live, y'all. So make sure y'all share this to somebody that's share this to a beginner that's on this journey. Yeah, go ahead and wake up. All right, wake up. Get the fuck up. Wake up. Okay, go walk in the bathroom. Go throw some water on your face. Do what you gotta do. Okay, because once we get rolling, we rolling. All right, so make sure y'all go ahead and wake up if you just waking up. And it's crazy, like everybody just waking up around this time, because it's the time I would normally be asleep right now, but I took a nap earlier today. I take about 2 naps a day. So yeah, tap in, y'all. Tap in right on time. I didn't even look at the time. Like, I just be like, when I'm on like a wave or a frequency, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and push this. Because I had a thought, I was like, damn, I should break down the Federal Reserve Act, the Cestui Que Vie Act. I said, damn, I'm about to do that shit now. I didn't even really look at the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even at all. So whoever's up on this time is on the same time I'm on. So it's like free beans, y'all. You can purchase my course through my DMs right now. All right. Purchase my course through the DMs. My website is coming. I've been saying that for the last 7 months. But I'm a kind of perfectionist. Okay, so I just wanted everything to be crystal clear, crystal clean. All right, so that's the hold up on my website. So until then, all my purchases will be through my DMs. Yeah, I take about 2 naps a day. So that's why I be up like around weird time. So I'll probably start like a dolo study session with myself like at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I'll take a nap around like 10. Then I'll take another nap around like 5 p.m. I go to sleep about 11, wake up about 3. So it's like naps. I don't never really like just sleep long. Like, I don't really think it's a long amount of sleep at one time is good. That's just me personally. I just feel like if you can take naps throughout the day, you'll see how much production you can really get out yourself. But the thing is, a lot of us work, so we can't take naps. So the only time we can sleep is like at night, which is that long period. Then we wake up and then we start eating, like pancakes, eggs, you know what I'm saying, like baking hard meals. And then we be having like the itis around, lunchtime on the job. You know, it's like if we really like going against our whole divine body structure, to be honest with you. So ever since I've been able to take 3 naps a day, 2 naps a day, it's just my body be rested. And that's what it's about. You got to rest your body. So that's just me personally. All right, so yeah, this live is going to be some deep info, y'all. Some deep info, okay? Deep. All right, so I'm excited if you're a beginner and you're able to hear this, because I would love if I was a beginner and I was able to hear this information being broken down, how it's about to be broken down. All right, so I didn't, like I said, to all the guys and the women that I studied from, all right, I definitely appreciate everything that I learned. You see what I'm saying? So from everything, from putting my research in, putting my experience in, all right, put my understanding in, all right, I'm able to connect with a lot of with the geographic that I don't think a lot of folks can connect to. A lot of these brothers and sisters look like they can connect, but they can't really, you know what I'm saying, connect with the folks. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, I don't know, the people can see through truth, or the people can see through lies after a while. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I give so much information on my lives is because it's nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to try to milk folks. You see what I'm saying? I give so much free information. It's because I want you to understand, when you buy the product, you're going to have that information for life. You're going to be able to cut that on, cut that off. All right, pause that. Be like, hey, yo, son, sit your ass down. I want you to, you see what I'm saying? You're going to be able to do that. I give my information on these lives is because I know a lot of folks can't purchase my courses. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks don't got 250. A lot of folks don't have 500. All right. So it's like, I got to also try to reach those folks, but it's on them to go pay attention now. But if you can't pay attention, you know what I'm saying, you're going to need to pay a fee. Now, if you can't pay the fee, you need to read for free. So everything I be dropping, and also in this live, I'm going to be reading. I mean, like actually reading from the actual acts and then breaking it down as I read from it. So, and that's what a person has to do. You have to have the will. You got to have the discipline to actually read for yourself. Like hours like these, like what are you doing with your time? You know what I'm saying? Most people at work use these 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, as party days. You know what I'm saying? Well, use Friday night, Saturday night as party days, use Sunday as rest, and then you back at it on Monday. You know what I'm saying? That's really the cycle. Folks is right now celebrating for the week. But what are you celebrating about? You see what I'm saying? What is the real celebration? And folks like to say, whoa, I'm celebrating life. Well, we can talk about life. You know what I'm saying? We can speak about the facts of what's going on in real life. So are you celebrating a fictitious life? A life that you think that you're supposed to live? Or are you celebrating real elevation, real growth, real value? Because at the end of the day, we can have that discussion. All right, so so again, in this course, this live, okay, it's gonna be like a course. I'm gonna be breaking down the Federal Reserve Act, and I'm gonna be breaking down the Cestui Que Vie Act. So again, share this live to somebody that you know that's a beginner. Share this with somebody that you know is probably ain't got to be a beginner, because there's a lot of folks that think they're advanced, but they really aren't, because you got so much scattered information that you really don't even know how to build anything with it. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being in a warehouse and you got a whole bunch of different parts that ain't got nothing to do with the vehicle that you're trying to build. You know what I'm saying? For those that deal with parts before, y'all know how that shit is. You know what I'm saying? You can't use that part if that part don't go to that part. It don't matter how. Oh my gosh, this is a BMW part. Oh my gosh, I got a Ford part. You see what I'm saying? Okay, what the fuck does that mean? It's like saying, oh my gosh, I just got some info on the rights to rescission. Oh my gosh, I just got the info on the endorsement. Oh my gosh, I just got info on national. Okay, that's a whole bunch of different parts. You see what I'm saying? You got to figure out, okay, what are you trying to build? What are you trying to travel in? A lot of y'all gotta, I mean, that's a good way to look at it too. Like, you gotta build your vessel. You know what I'm saying? You build your vessel with the proper information. You can't just be slapping on any type of information, just signing up for everybody classes. I be hearing some of y'all just be like, well, I'm all this year, I'm just gonna be signing up class. I'm like, no, that's not it. All right, go read. You see what I'm saying? Don't be blowing all your money on classes is what I'm saying. So, and again, I'm not saying that good thinking you about to get something free over here. All right, I'm just letting you know. Like, make sure you have a direction. Make sure you have a purpose. Don't just be blindly signing up for shit just because somebody got a high following or somebody that just sound good. You know what I'm saying? Don't just buy my stuff just because I sound good. You know what I'm saying? Allow me to prove it. Allow me to read it with you. Allow me to break it down. You know what I'm saying? For those that got my free course, okay, y'all took advantage of that. That was some powerful shit. For those that didn't, hey, that's on you. Some of y'all was like, well, I only got to see an hour of it because I had to. I mean, you ain't gotta explain nothing to me. That's between you and yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that class was free. You see what I'm saying? That class was free. All right, so, but yeah, so this live right here, y'all, is probably gonna be one of probably my most powerful lives I ever did. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely be giving a lot of info. All right, a lot of info. I don't know how long they gonna let me go on. All right, I don't know if some of y'all sleepy. I know some of y'all drunk right now. I know some of y'all drunk as hell. Drunk as shit right now. All right, so I'm just letting you go throw some water on your face. Go sip you some oat milk. Do what you gotta do. All right, if you're high with me, you know what I'm saying. If you've been smoking, all right, you on the good. You know what I'm saying. You straight. You good. But you on some pills or something like that. I don't know how you feel right now. I can't speak for you. All right, so this is what it is, y'all. This is what it is. Yeah, go ahead, roll something up. Roll something up. All right, roll something up. All right, so, and before I jump in, my last thing I wanted to say is, y'all, when y'all really start this journey, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you kind of look like me, you know what I'm saying? If you got the tattoos and things like that, you're gonna get highly judged. You see what I'm saying? I don't wear what I know on my sleeve, like when I'm out and about and nothing like that. To be quite frankly with you, I barely talk about this shit outside of Instagram or if I'm doing business with somebody. But my personal life, I don't just, hey y'all, da da da, hey y'all, da. That ain't how I am. So, so when folk like even quote unquote my people, folks that look like myself, you know what I'm saying? Like when they see me. For instance, I had some furniture moved, right? So it was two older guys. I want to say it was one was 50, one was probably in his 40s. All right, older brothers, they done did some time. One of them said he did time for a murder case he beat. Another one, it was for a robbery he done did. So they working for a moving company. Great guys, by the way, great guys. So they working for. So when they first meet me, so. They moving the stuff in, so they asking me like, I need to know who you know. So I'm just kind of laughing it off, and then he asking, what he asked me after that, he was like, damn, I need to tap into folks with you tapping in, cause I ain't doing something right. So that's what so instantly he's thinking, I'm working with somebody, and this is why, you know what I'm saying, I'm living how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? So he's in his mind, he's thinking like, okay, he must be some like who you tap in. You know what I'm saying? Then he said he didn't understand he was offending me as he was talking. Then he was saying, cause I know it ain't legal. I know it ain't legal. That's the first thing he said, y'all. Now he wasn't saying it like he talking shit about me. He just saying shit. I just beat a charge, man, and shit. I need to know what you know. Cause I know it ain't legal shit. I don't even care, but just and he didn't even understand like how he sounded. So instantly in my mind, I'm like, okay, he probably think I'm a scammer or I'm dealing drugs or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just hearing him talk. All right, and the next thing he said was, what did he say after that? He was like, man, plug me in. I need that connect. I need that connect. Like he's saying. Now keep in mind, if I was like a white dude, he wouldn't be saying all this shit. But you know, when brothers get around each other, they get real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So this truth started to come out. So it started like, hey man, I need to shit. Hey, you can goddamn shit. I know some. I'm like, bro, I don't like I said, bro, I don't do none of that, bro. I said, then I started saying, bro, I teach folks law. You know what I'm saying? I teach folks like rights of contracting and things like that. So then the other guy, he was like, oh, okay. So you show folks how to use credit. You know what I'm saying? So in his mind, he's thinking I'm talking about credit repair. Because that's instantly what people go to. So I said, okay, they don't go to like lawyer or attorney or, you know what I'm saying, law firm or nothing like that. You see what I'm saying? They instantly go to, okay, so you help folks with their credit and stuff. So I'm like, not necessarily. I help folks with knowing their rights, okay, knowing their rights. So as he's saying this, as he's saying this, so they're listening now. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're listening. So I'm telling them like, nah, it ain't even none of that, bro. Oh, this is legal. He's like, oh, it was legal? Oh, damn. Okay, all right. But if I never said nothing, I would just, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they would have just followed along with, you see what I'm saying? So I had to like yeah, everything I'm doing is legal, y'all. It's contract law. So, you know what I'm saying, where I live at, so they were saying, so, shit, I know you paying a pretty penny to stay here, so I'm saying, bro, it's actually free. I use my rights and my laws. Then they was like, what? So as they moving my shit in, you know what I'm saying, we sitting there talking, so it took them about an hour to do everything. So that whole time, I'm really giving them the whole spiel. You see what I'm saying? Breaking down the Federal Reserve Act, you know what I'm saying? Blowing they fucking minds, you see what I'm saying? So then I find out that the brother, he just got acquitted for a murder charge, the charge that he didn't do, so they dropped all charges. Keep in mind that he was locked up. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind he was locked up. So as he's locked, I think he said he was locked up for like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He said he didn't do it. He done beaten the case. Then he was asking, is there anything I can do? Because they told me my statute of limitations don't work. I said, man, all that shit is a lie, bro. I said, so you see what I'm saying? I said, it's a lot of stuff that's going on, family, and I probably shouldn't even said that, but it is what it is. But it was like, it's a lot of stuff that's going on that people are tapping into because it is knowledge. You see, that's knowledge is power. You see what I'm saying? So that right there, you see what I'm saying? Because you can't always assume. Because let's say I was like a real aggressive dude. You see what I'm saying? Like as soon as he started saying that, I instantly get offended. Like, hey, bro, I ain't doing none of that. You know what, man? Y'all heard it, so y'all get the fuck out of my. You see what I'm saying? But it was like I already know how it is. You know what I'm saying? I already know how it is because I always wasn't doing consumer law. You see what I'm saying? Like I know how some of our folks is thinking. I know how some of our folks look at myself. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody being white, nobody being this. You see what I'm saying? Because the next thing he was saying, well, you know, the white folks know this. I'm like, brother, a lot of them don't know this either. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we in this all in one boat. I know what you seeing on TV and you thinking that is the way it is, bro. But trust and believe, not a lot of people is reading. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people is reading. So as he's saying this, he started getting a revelation because I can see nobody that ever talked to him like this. Now, granted, he's coming from an experience. You know, he done been locked up for a charge he didn't do. So he already has a mindset towards the system. So imagine somebody like me telling you, nah, brother, the system is right. You was wrong. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta hold each other accountable, but you can't be scared to hold somebody accountable just because that shit sound crazy. All right, so yeah, I was just saying that to say, don't assume, y'all. Don't just because that person looks like that. Even myself, I be assuming a lot of shit too, because we like to judge our face value. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, that ain't even what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's not even what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and start class. I hope y'all got y'all shit rolled up. I hope you got the water splashed into your face, okay, for those that are tapping in. All right, we're going to be going over the Federal Reserve Act. We're going to be going over the Cestui Que Vie Act, okay, and how are those acts basically used by the consumer, meaning the entity that you're controlling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is what this live is for. So make sure y'all sharing this. Make sure y'all having y'all phones up. All right, following along with me. All right, please be following along with me. I got my phone right here because this is what I'm reading from. For anybody that ever took a course with me, y'all already know my course is straight off the phone. I be trapping off the phone still. You know what I'm saying? With the info. Because everybody has phones in their hands every day. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, not a lot of people's walking around with a fucking laptop. You see what I'm saying? Not a lot of people's walking around, unless you can put the PowerPoint in your phone. Nothing to those that's teaching with PowerPoint. I just had to find my lane. You see what I'm saying? Find out how what's comfortable for me to relate this information. You see what I'm saying? I have two phones, so it's like, you see what I'm saying? Information is at our fingertips. These are called smartphones. Yes, they can be used against us, but we have to use the information against it, if you know what it is. All right, so pull your phones out. All right, if you got a laptop, pull it up, because everything we read, I want you to see how this shit is right in front of our face. All right, there is no excuses. The only excuse is to not read. Okay, the only excuse is to not read, but again, I'm about to read for you. All you gotta do is pay attention, because it's free. All right, it's free. Now, I'm not gonna show you how to, you know what I'm saying, tell you what this, you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna read the information, because you gotta get the information downloaded before you can even execute. All right, that's why I gave my beginner course out for free during that time period. Okay, so first thing first, we're gonna pull up the Federal Reserve Act, Section 16. Federal Reserve. Go pull up the Federal Reserve Act, Section 16. Make sure you're on the federalreserve.gov. Make sure you're on the federalreserve.gov. So as soon as I went to Google, so nobody can say, I can't find it. I can't find it. I'm on Google. Okay, all I did was type in Federal Reserve 16. Federal Reserve 16. Hold on. Federal Reserve Section 16. All right, I just simply typed in Federal Reserve Section 16. And I hit the first one. It says Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. So I don't want to hear no shit like, I can't find it. It's hard to find. I bet you'll find out some gossip shit. I bet you'll find out if LeBron done got more points than Kareem. I bet you'll find out if the Eagles done beat the goddamn Giants. I bet you find out what done happened on SportsCenter. I bet you know what find out what's happening in the YSL case. You know what I'm saying? I bet you know that. I bet you know that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know how to type in Federal Reserve Section 16 and hit the first damn link you see. And you don't know how to remember to always go to .govs and don't go to no fucking blogs. You can't piece that together? Because if you can't piece that together, you ain't never gonna piece nothing together. You know what I'm saying? I gotta start telling folks that. Because I be trying to goddamn give people hope. And I need to start taking away false hope. Like, listen, brother, if you can't even piece this together, you don't stand a fucking chance, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand this, what makes you think you gonna understand that? You trying to get money, you don't even understand how to zero the account out. What? I'm almost like, what fucking money you talking about? Because until you zero some shit out, you don't get shit. Like, there is no, oh, damn, he done found out his laws, let's give him his money back. That is not how this shit go. All right, so y'all. So again, if you can't type in Federal Reserve Section 16, all right, and click on the first damn link, all right, this is gonna knock out for all them brothers that saying fucking consumer law don't work, saying shit like, what they be saying, yeah, I be hearing some crazy ass shit. Some crazy, man, we ain't get into it, but we're going to Federal Reserve Section 16. All right, Federal Reserve Section 16. Okay, we're clicking the first link. All right, are y'all on the first link? Just click here when you're there. Click here when you're there. All right, we're gonna click here when you're there. All right, because a lot of this stuff is simple, y'all. A lot of this stuff is simple. You just gotta find out where to look. All right, please type here when you're there. Type here when you're there. Okay. All right. As you can see, because right now, family, let me show you how real shit is, right? There's somebody right now that's just looking at my face and not following along. You see what I'm saying? Now they about to try to, yeah, you're right, let me go ahead. Now they probably trying to figure out you see what I'm saying? It's somebody right now. You see what I'm saying? Somebody right now that's just sitting back, watching what I'm talking about, not following along. And then after I get done talking what I'm talking about, they gonna hop in my inbox and ask me, hey brother, how can I get started on this information you're talking about? And I'd be like, brother, because they'll tell on themselves or without telling on themselves. They be like, I just seen you live. I love the information. Where do I go to start? All right, mother, did you not just hear what I just told you to go to? I know, like pull something up. I'm giving you time, okay? Because I know how it is. I used to be that student. I used to be the student in school. Like, man, I ain't worried about this motherfucking work. Man, I got a game on Friday. What? I'm a star player. I got a game. I'm not worried about it. I'm about to just have Lisa do my shit. What? Lisa like me anyway. I'm about to have her do my shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all that was high school stars that didn't make it, I'm here to let you know it's our time to shine again, okay? This is your time. You don't have to give up hope. A lot of y'all went from being sports celebrities in school to being street motherfuckers. Like, it don't even make no goddamn sense because you didn't have a backup plan. Your grades didn't transition over. Somebody gave you false hope and said you was going to the NBA, not telling you that your characteristics doesn't fit with the NBA. The NBA does a hardcore investigation before all those guys get to the NBA. You better look up how far back they go to see if this person will be a good product of our plantation. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna make the NBA no goddamn way. You could have dropped 50 points a game. You see what I'm saying? It don't fucking matter. All right, they know you still tied in with whoever you tied in with. And as soon as the NBA didn't work, what happened? You went right back to Day Day. You went right back to Snoop. You went right back. You fit? And I got homeboys with them names. They don't do that live life. I'm just throwing that name up there. Okay. So you know what I'm saying? You going right back to the dude with the street name. All right. I'm here to let you know there is another way. All you gotta do is roll up your blunt, your films. Don't put no special shit in it. All right, I know how y'all like to razzle dazzle your shit. You feel? That's why I don't smoke with a lot of y'all. You know, like if you ever around me, I'm smoking my own shit. No matter how pretty you think it is, I don't pass my blunt. Okay, I'll give you some to roll yourself, but I don't do the, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all eat booty. I don't condone in that type of festivities. Okay. A lot of y'all go, but we're gonna stay on, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna stay on task, all right? But you should be at the Federal Reserve Section 16, all right? You should be at Federal Reserve Section 16, hitting that first link, all right? If you sit behind, you just sitting back right now hearing my words, you just gonna be laughing, entertained, and you ain't gonna learn nothing, all right? So, and that's not why we're here, all right? I'm just I gotta keep your attention because this shit is boring when you're reading it. This shit is boring as fuck if you don't know what they saying. You know what I'm saying? This shit boring as shit. You know what I'm saying? When I read it, I get hyped. You know what I'm saying? I be wet. This shit turning me on, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do this, I can do that. But if I would have learned this as a beginner, I wouldn't know what the fuck they talking about. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So please don't get lost inside of the laughs, okay? It's gonna be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be entertaining. All right. So I know it's late, but we ain't worried about the Gregorian. How you say it? I can't even say it. The Gregorian calendar, the Gregorian time. Okay, we ain't going off time. We going off the divine time. Okay. All right. We gonna treat the day like it's 1 p.m. in the fucking afternoon. All right. So, all right. As you can see, all right, your shit should look like this. I know it's backwards, but you know Federal Reserve section should show you all the motherfucking shits. All right. All the shit. You feel me? All the shit. All right, so there is no excuses. I don't want to hear no, brother, where I go to start? I'm like, go to my page, go to the last video I posted, okay? Sit down and watch it, all right? If you ain't got time for that, I don't got time for you. All right, I'm going to start saying, I need to write that down. That's going to start being my automated verbiage. I'm going to have a motherfucking virtual assistants replay that. Hello, if you have any questions for Hood Consumer Advisors, please relate to the last video speaking about all the questions that you clearly went over because you were not taking any notes and he gave you all the answers and all the clues that all you had to do was piece together and you can live happily ever after using your life, liberty, and your pursuit of happiness. Have a nice day. Because I'll be asking the same question, even though I know it's new people coming in, rolling in. But don't think you have the privilege to just hop in my inbox and just ask me, what product do you have? What? Watch a class. Like, it is free. Y'all just don't want to watch this shit. You just think you just going to hop the damn line. Can you do that shit at the club? You don't do that at the club, but you think you can just hop this line. Y'all know how many people is lined up? You see what I'm saying? Asking me to help them with their car, their eviction, help with their home. Not saying don't act. I'm just saying, do you really think I just have the time? You just say, oh, damn, she said she has a 24-hour notice on her door. Let me break down all the years of studying I've done, and let me try to do this within 24 hours because I know this person, and I know I don't know y'all from a can of paint. I don't know none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even if you came to my class, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We on the same journey, but I don't know you. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what you do after you hit me with the peace, love, and happiness, harmony, salute. I don't know how you might go home and beat the shit out your woman. You might go home and beat the shit out your man. You might go home and, you know what I'm saying, abuse your kids like never before. You know what I'm saying? But you come talk to me like, oh, brother, I just have this family. You didn't give a fuck about your family then, so don't give a fuck about your family now. All right, so to show me that you care about your family, you're going to follow along. You're going to follow along, okay? Because this is the information that's going to teach you how to fish for yourself. All right, so you don't have to rely on somebody. You don't have to rely on somebody like me that's going to talk to you like this. Okay? So, let's start. Remember, we're on Federal Reserve, Section 16. All right? We're on Federal Reserve, Section 16. All right? As you can see, it's a whole bunch of action that we just going past, but we're going with 16. So, I would highly advise you to bookmark this page because this is the whole Federal Reserve Act. No excuses. All right, we're just so happily going to Section 16. All right, click Section 16. All right, we're going to go ahead and go down. All right. As you can see, Section 16 speaks about note issues. Note issues. And I'm going to take my time as I teach this because I got to let this shit marinate. All right, you can't. I know I'm a fast talker and I normally have to. Okay. All right, so note issues. Can somebody give me an example of a note? Because this is going to be power hour. All right, it's going to be power hour. All right, power hour. Can somebody please give me an example of a note? Can somebody give me an example of a note? Okay, dollar bill. A dollar bill is a Federal Reserve note. Okay. Car note. Okay. Good one. Any more? Application. Who that is? AJ the Barber. Major Okay, I ain't know somebody gonna say it that fast. Coupon, yep. Yep, money order, yep. Checks, yep. Okay, promissory note, yep. How that song go? You got a little change, yep. You ever been broke? Nope. You got an application? Yep. They talking about a hope? Nope. But yep, house, mortgage, nope. Coupon, okay, draft, bill, all right, all that is a note. Certificate, all right, all that is a note, family. So we gonna start with the AJ the barber, okay? Application is a note, and don't believe me, let's see what Congress has to say. All right, let's read. Note issues. All right, hopefully you're following along with me. All right, it says Federal Reserve note to be issued at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System for the purpose of making advances to Federal Reserve banks through the Federal Reserve agent as hereinafter set forth, and for no other purpose here are hereby authorized. All right, so meaning anytime, all right, you go ask for an extension, well, not it's a sort of demand, but you're asking for an extension of credit, okay, utilizing your own credit, okay, there is an advancement that is made. Okay, so when I speak about advancement, I'm talking about when you submit your application, because an application is a note. When you submit your application, your application, okay, it contains three things majorly. All right, it contains the first and last name that you thought was your name when you was born. Okay, it was just your business name that you used during business, consumer credit transaction, if you will. Okay, you give them your first, your last name. You give them your social, which is in basically you're giving them authorization to enter that account that social is linked to through the U.S. Treasury. Okay, you sign the bottom of the application, meaning you're giving it life. Okay, you submit it, you verify you're the grantor of that application, meaning that you're guaranteeing that security. All right, so because only securities can only be granted by grantors. Okay, so when you submit that application on behalf of that first name and last name, okay, as we read here, okay, there's an advancement that is being made. Okay, that is an advancement because you got to hear about the notes that they're talking about. Your application is exchanged for Federal Reserve notes. Don't believe me. All right, don't believe me. Let's keep reading. Don't believe me. Let's keep reading. Okay, so it says the said notes, listen, shall be obligations of the United States and shall be receivable by all national and member banks and Federal Reserve banks and for all taxes, customs, and other public dues. Let me let that marinate for a little bit. I'm going to read that again, okay? It says, the said notes. Now, when they say said notes, what notes are they talking about? Meaning, what did you go apply for? Those are the said notes. Banks don't apply for shit on their own. They need a consumer or a natural person to act on behalf of a consumer to walk in and extend credits to give an application. That bank then takes that application and deposits it into the Federal Reserve for Federal Reserve notes as an advancement. They then turn around to the consumer and tell the consumer, sorry, your credit isn't high enough. Sorry, your debt to income ratio is too high. Sorry, you don't have enough credit history. Sorry, you don't have enough money. Sorry, you need to put a higher down payment. Okay, this is where the trickery comes into play. All right. And if you don't know that that bank just went to the Federal Reserve to go get those Federal Reserve notes that you applied for, because nothing is declined for. All right. Everything you applied for, nothing is declined for. All right. You were supposed to receive that line of credit. But seeing that, the bank knew that you didn't know what was going on. They in turn turned around and told you, sorry, we can't do it. Sorry, unfortunately, we were unable to extend you the amount of credit that you submitted. If you have any discretions or problems, please submit to this address with any discretions or any rebuts that you may have. But what do? We go and find the goddamn credit specialist. Hey, credit specialist that still pay bills. What can I do to go get my credit score higher so I can go get this line of credit that I've already been advanced for? So I go build my credit, and then I go back to the bank and go apply again. What they do with that application? They turn around and go to the bank again. They say, oh, goddamn, he done gave us 2 applications. Okay, this time with a higher fucking credit score. The Federal Reserve don't give a fuck about that shit, because as we reading this, tell me, do you read a Federal Reserve credit score? You see what I'm saying? So let's keep reading. All right. It says the said notes shall be obligations of the United States, not the obligations of the fucking consumer. All right. It says obligation of the United States. And if you know that you got a social security card, and if you flip that motherfucker over and you read it, it literally says this is the property of the Social Security Administrative Office, which is the fucking United States. Well, I'll be goddamn. I'm a federal fucking agent. Well, I'll be. Well, yeah. If you look, would you look at here? I'm the fucking feds. Well, I'll be goddamn. Damn. Okay. So I'm linked to the United States through my social. Which dub them brothers talking about? Oh no, I don't use my social. I put it on the shelf. Why the fuck would you do that? And I only understood that from reading. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, why the fuck would you put your social on a goddamn shelf? Why the fuck would you do that? That is what one USC one would call idiocy. You see what I'm saying? That don't even make fucking sense. That's like you getting you getting lines of credit and you said, no, I don't want it. I am sovereign. I don't need your money. What? Yeah, you do. Your fucking blinds is falling off the goddamn window. All right? But anyway, let's stay put, okay? Anyways. All right? It says that the obligation of the United States shall be receivable by all national and member banks. Who are national banks? Can somebody give me an example of a national bank? Somebody give me an example of a national bank, okay? We're gonna be talking about a lot in this class, okay? All right, and if you just getting here, you better be at Federal Reserve Section 16. I know that, okay? All right, ain't no fucking excuse. All right, so, okay, Chase is a national bank. Can somebody say some other ones? Wells Fargo is a national bank. All right, Bank of America, bam. All right, so that's all I need to hear. Now, we all know who a national bank is. A national bank is where you can go bank with nationally. Meaning I can go to Texas and go to Bank of America. I can go to Florida and go to Bank of America. I can go to North Carolina and go to Bank of America. I go to down at Indiana and go to Bank of America. You see what I'm saying? It's all national. All right, so as it says here, it says the said note shall be obligations of the United States. If you know about 18 U.S.C. 8, you know that obligations, all debts is obligations of the United States and bills. All right, meaning the United States pays for all bills, meaning your social security card is linked to the United States. And that is why all your bills are in positive. I know a lot of folks be saying that shit, but they can't even really explain the shit. They can't give it to you in detail. They just telling you regurgitated shit. You see what I'm saying? So it says the said note. All right, it says the said note shall be obligations of the United States and shall be receivable by all national, meaning that all national banks have to receive our applications. There is no fucking denials. It even says member banks. So how many of y'all are doing business with state banks? So if you living in Washington State, if you live in Washington State, it may be a bank called Washington Capital. You see what I'm saying? Or Washington Credit Union. You know what I'm saying? That's a member bank. Member banks is only banks that are in that state. You see what I'm saying? That is what a member bank is. All right. So it says, and Federal Reserve banks, and for all taxes, incomes taxes, meaning all your taxes are already paid for, but you have to go claim them to receive them. Okay? Taxes are owed to the taxpayer. Taxes are good. Taxes are good. Community bank is a member bank. You just said it for yourself, community bank. It's only in the community, meaning it's not national. Okay? All right? If you have any question if your bank is a national or a member, just call them. Just call them. Say, hey, are you guys a national bank or a member bank? Simple. Just ask them that question. As soon as they tell you answer, get off the phone. All right, let's keep reading. It says, again, the said note shall be obligation of the United States and shall be receivable by all national and member banks and Federal Reserve banks, and for all taxes, customs, and other public dues. Are y'all reading that? I am reading from Federal Reserve Section 16. We're on part 1. Federal Reserve Section 16 for those that just got in. Federal Reserve Section 16. Federal Reserve, just go to Google, type in Federal Reserve Section 16. You're going to hit the first link, and you're going to meet us at the bottom where it says Section 16, Notes, Issues. All right, so y'all get the folks right that's just coming in. So if y'all see somebody that comment like that, y'all kind of give them the answer so I can keep going. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that's tapping in right now. All right, I know some of y'all probably drunk as shit. You probably just getting back from the club. All right, so your blessings has come. Okay. All right, so it says public dues. Can somebody give me an example of a public due? Can somebody give me an example of a public due? Can somebody give me an example of a public due? Oh, we already said taxes. We already said the Federal Reserve. They bill. Good shit. Who was that? Lashes by Lottie. All right, good bills. We could just say bills. A tax, utility is a bill. Speeding ticket is a bill. Rent is a bill. Yes. Rent, all that shit. Everything you working for and going to pay on, I'm about to tell you why it's backwards. All right, I ain't just gonna just tell it to you. I'm gonna show you why it's backwards. Okay, meaning they're letting you know your application that you submitted on everything that you paid for is already paid for. Okay, it was already given. It was already paid for. That's why when you go home, well, you already home right now, get your ass up right now and go look at a bill. All right, everybody right now, go get up and go look at a bill. Just go pull out a bill right now. Just go anywhere. Just go find a bill. I know you got them somewhere. Go dig in the fucking trash can. You ain't too good. Go dig in the damn trash can, some shit you don't throw away, and go pull that motherfucker up, bust it out the paper. Okay, and when you looking for it for yourself, do it have a negative in front of it? You tell me. Do it have a negative in front of it? Do it? It doesn't. It's a positive number. Meaning you threw away a check. Meaning you said, I don't want this money. I'm going to go work and I'm going to pay for it. Because you know I got 2 jobs and I pay my bills. So I pay my bills. I pay my bills on time. Nobody can say nothing about me. I pay my shit. You know what I'm saying? Me as well. I used to say shit like that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad. You just gotta laugh about like, God damn, okay. I'm kind of happy because damn, okay, I don't gotta work forever. Okay, damn, there is a way out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't look at it like, these motherfuckers have fraud. No, that is the wrong energy. Okay, that's the wrong energy. Okay, that's the wrong energy. All right, so I'm here to let you know the bill that you threw away, the bill that you didn't accept, is a check. You didn't endorse it. You didn't accept it, which means you were stressing about it. Meaning you went to go clock in an hourly wage. But we ain't even gonna get into that yet. Okay, we're not even gonna get into that yet. Okay, but your hourly wage, you went and took that bill and go paid the bill, which don't even make sense because 2 + 2 is 4. So your bill was $200. You went and paid $200. 200 + 2 is supposed to be 400. But after you paid, it went to 0. So what happened to that extra 200? It was a gift. Okay, you just said, hey, I know you sending me money, but I'm going to send you money. I know you've been sending me money, but you know what? I'm going to give you a donation instead. I'm going to go work for this, and I'm going to give you a donation, even though you've been sending me a check in positive every month. And you didn't tell me how to do it because it's not your job. It's not your job, okay? They're not meant to give you legal advice. You a whole business. You think Wells Fargo was calling Bank of America and saying, hey, Bank of America, you doing it wrong. Hey, bro, you doing it wrong. You need to do this. Hell no. What? The fuck? But let's continue reading. All right? So it says public dues. Let's get reading. We at the part where it says, they shall be redeemable. Y'all can look up what redeem mean if you want to for all y'all sports fanatics. Y'all know what the redeem team was. They had to redeem the dream team. You see what I'm saying? The dream team put a certain standard up, and we were so trash in the U.S. basketball that we needed the redeem team. Meaning we need to go get our team redeemed. We need to redeem ourselves. We need to put ourselves back into power. So literally, the Federal Reserve is letting you know you need to redeem this money. You need to make it right because right now it's a debt and you need to redeem this motherfucker to a credit, all right? Because you're not using real money, okay? You making debt go higher. We not redeeming this shit and it's making the debt go higher and higher and we wondering who the fuck do we owe 29 trillion to? Is it the Decepticons? No, Goofy, it's us. And it's the most wonderful game that is being played, people. Like, it's the most wonderful. I had to really sit back in awe. Like, wow. Y'all remember that meme? He was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I swear, I be having those type of moments now. It's not even the moments of these motherfuckers. I don't even get mad when that person on the phone tell me we don't do things like this anymore. I just get happy like, wow. Of course she doesn't. Of course she's going to say that. Why the fuck would she say anything else? She's working for the machine. Why would she say anything else? This is genius. This is using people's incompetency against them. This is putting a cup in front of somebody, sitting back and say, you choose. And you letting them choose. And they're choosing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the perfect setup. Okay, so let's keep reading. It says, they shall be redeemable in lawful money on demand at the Treasury Department of the United States in the city of Washington, District of Columbia. It says, or at any Federal Reserve Bank. Okay, so we're going to take a little pause because they said that any Federal Reserve Bank. Because, of course, all of us we don't live near fucking Washington District of Columbia. So that's why they made other Federal Reserve Banks. And do y'all know where these Federal Reserve Banks are scattered? It's 12 of them. It's 12 of them. Okay? We're not going to make this religious enough like that. What else has 12 in them? Okay? You got 12 planets so to speak. What they say, 12 constellations and shit like that. They say Jesus had 12 disciples. You know, the clock stops at 12. You know, they say 24 hours, you know, half of that is 12. You know, there's a lot of 12s going on. It's like, why does it go to 13? Like, why is it, that's a topic for another day. But I just want you to see, you see what I'm saying? There's a special number in 12. Okay? There's a special number. There's only 12 zodiac signs, so to speak. Okay? So I just want y'all to know that there's a game being played inside the game that's inside of the game. Okay, y'all, it's so deep. So if you think you just pulled back one layer and you think you've arrived, all you did was come to another door. Okay, there are doors beyond doors. A lot of y'all ain't even in the house yet. And you asking about how to get money. Okay, let's keep going. Again, yeah, it's only 12 years, so to speak. Let's keep going. All right, so they literally telling you that these corporations, these banks, go to Federal Reserve banks and get these notes redeemable. They redeem our applications. Y'all, I'ma say it slow for y'all that can't register that shit because you can't unlearn what you learned, because I'm telling it to you, you ain't heard this in your school that you done spent all that money on that you still owe, quote unquote. I'm here to let you know, if you submitted an application with your first and last name, utilizing a social security number, and you signed it, you, my friend, have already prepaid that account. And that is why all your bills are in positive, and they're billing you every month because they're paying you every month. And you're supposed to use the credits, not the credit score, but the credits that they give you, and apply it to the principal's balance each and every month, or for the entirety of the contract. Okay? All right? So as you can see, we're on part 2 of Federal Reserve Section 16. Okay? We're at part 2. And as you can see, the first thing they say is applications. We can talk about people in prison all day. It's no different for them. The same reason people are in prison right now is the same reason people get their car repoed. It's the same, well, for those that don't have any victims in their cases. All right, but that's another copy for another day. All right, we're going to stick to this right now because this applies to all cases. All right, crime is commercial. All right, so we're at part 2. All right, we're at part 2. We're at part 2 of the Federal Reserve Section 16. All right. So part 2 speaks about applications. Listen. All right. Because this shit goes over so many people's heads. I had somebody trying to debate that they're not talking about those type of applications. They're talking about, I'm like, wait, please tell me where are they specifying the applications? Because are y'all reading what I'm reading? It just says applications for notes. That's all it says. That's all it says. It says applications for notes by Federal Reserve banks. It doesn't say specific applications. So you got to interpret it for your specified individual case. You see what I'm saying? You got to make it fit. It ain't going to fit for you. It ain't going to just work just because it say that. You got to show how that applies to your case. A lot of y'all don't know how to build it. Y'all just looking for templates. You just looking for what do I say when I walk into a dealership. The application is the money. If you submitted an application, you gave them a security. How do I know this? Let's read, because don't believe nothing I say. I want you to think I am a liar. Okay? I want you to think I am a liar. This information is right here. Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 2. All right? We are at Part 2. It literally says application. As you can see above in Part 1, they don't ever even mention applications, do they? Do they? Do they ever mention applications in Part 1? See for yourself. Just go skim through part 1 where it says issuance of Federal Reserve notes, nature of obligations where redeemable. Do y'all see applications anywhere in there? Nope. Why do you think Congress did that? I'm going to tell you why I think they did that. I think they did that because they didn't want to confuse us. They want to let us know, like, hey, there's notes. There's an issuance of Federal Reserve notes that are obligations of the United States that are redeemable, consumer, because this information that we read aren't for banks, y'all. They're not talking to banks right now, y'all. Who y'all think they talking to? Who y'all think all this shit is for? Who y'all think Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 1, Part 2 is for? It's not for the banks, y'all. Who y'all think that is for? Who y'all think that's for? Us, exactly. Because we're the only ones that can read. We're the natural people that's operating through consumers. The consumer is the all caps name. All right, so clearly they're trying to let us know there are notes that are redeemable. That's part 1. Now we're entering part 2. All right, part 2 says applications for notes, meaning there are notes that are redeemable, but let's talk about the application for the goddamn note. Okay, you see how it's coming? You see how all this is coming about? All right, again, pay attention. All right, it says applications for notes by Federal Reserve banks. Because remember that the banks go to the Federal Reserve note. We don't go to the Federal Reserve banks. We can't just walk to the Federal Reserve and say, hey, I want y'all. We're not eligible to do that. That's not our place. That's why the banks are in place. So a lot of y'all about to get locked up. So you can send me a postcard, okay? I'll put some little money on your books because I know you got to eat while you back there. All right, but a lot of y'all about to get locked up because you're trying to go above the banks. The banks are SEC regulated. You are not. Okay? You are not. You have to know how to have that rapport with the banks to get the remedy that you want. Because if somebody went to the Federal Reserve note and just did that, please tell us the game. I doubt if anybody will go on live and tell you how to do it. I'm sure that class probably $50,000. Okay? Okay, so it literally says applications for notes by Federal Reserve banks. It says, let's read, because the only way you can get this info if you read. It says any. It don't say some. You got to be powerful and watch what Congress use, God. You know what I'm saying? Congress is really looking after us. That big brother is really a positive, term. I was looking at that shit. I was so negative. Oh, they watching everything we do? Yeah, because we fucking shit up. We need supervision. We need somebody like, God damn. We need Big Brother. We need this. Because if they don't do this, do y'all not know how this economy would look? Oh my goodness. Do y'all not know how the economy was from 1880 all the way up to, I want to say 1960? Okay? We need supervision. We need this shit. You can listen to these brothers telling you to go off grid all you want. You ever seen a child try to live on their own? Man, go on out there if you want to. I'm about to goddamn. I am a law-abiding consumer. I am not sovereign. I don't know what the fuck these brothers is talking about. All right, I am not above anything, okay? When I utilize my consumer, I abide by these consumer rights. Now, granted, when I'm not utilizing this consumer, I am God. All right, I am God. But I understand this consumer game is a godly game. And since I'm a God, you see what I'm saying? I'm competent, so shit, I'm about to fucking play. Only a loser don't want to play. Only somebody that's not godly don't want to fucking play. So, motherfucker, going on out there off grid and see what it's like actually cutting that motherfucking tree down with your fucking bare hands and going to goddamn farm all that shit for your goddamn self and see how that shit pan out for you. When you could have just sat your goddamn ass down and just fucking read. Shout out to all the farmers because we need that. We need more farming. But a lot of y'all thinking you just about to go, oh, I don't want to read, so I'm about to go farm. All right, go talk to your local farmer. Go get some on-the-job training right now. Go to that farm and say, you know what? I'm here to work for free, brother. Okay, because I want to get the ins and outs. You don't think that farmer gonna say, "Oh, goddamn, come on, shit. Hell yeah, we need somebody to go pick up this cow shit. Hell yeah. Come on, hell yeah, we need this." Okay, so let's read. So it says any Federal Reserve Bank, listen, may make application to the local Federal Reserve agent for such amount of the Federal Reserve notes hereby provided for as it may require. All right, keep reading. Such applications, all right, shall be accompanied with a tender. So what is a tender? All right, I want y'all to Google. We're not going to go over what a tender is, but y'all need to Google what a tender is, because you need to understand what a tender is, because you're supposed to be accompanying a tender with your application. Okay, and when you find out what a tender is, when you affixate that to your application, guess what? All right, so let's keep reading. So it says, listen, it says such application, meaning any application, shall be accompanied with a tender to the local Federal Reserve agent of collateral in amount equal to the sum of the Federal Reserve notes thus applied for and issue pursuant to such application. So how much are you supposed to receive when you apply for something? Let's just give an example, because I like to be active with the students that are listening. If you go apply for something that's $1 million, how much is that application worth? Let's play common sense. Let's play common sense. Let's play common sense. $1 million, exactly. So how much did that bank just receive in Federal Reserve notes? $1 million. Did you receive anything back? Meaning you didn't receive equal consideration. Meaning you didn't get equal value. Meaning you gave, but you never received. That's why you got to be careful just saying, I'm a giver. I'm a giver. I just love doing things for people. I just got a big heart. It's just hard not to give. All right, well, keep giving. Keep giving. You know what I'm saying? Keep giving. Keep giving. You know what I'm saying? Keep giving. See how far that gets you. Because you getting a lot of people far by giving, but how far is that getting you? Okay, so let's keep reading. Because a lot of people don't believe this shit is real. All right, it ain't no bullshit. It's no bullshit. You got it. This is your fault because you've never read this. This is old shit that I'm reading. This ain't new. I didn't create this. This shit is old. We can literally type in, how old is the Federal Reserve Act? I don't know. Somebody look that up right quick. How old is the Federal Reserve Act? Somebody see how old is the first Federal Reserve Act? Because that's how long this information has been available. Now, has it been this accessible? Hell no. That's why we live in the golden age right now. We live in the age of information. That's why so much trash is being pushed into this field. All right. What did it say? 1933 is when it came out. A lot of shit happened in 1933. All right, so let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. So it says, I'm going to read it again. It says, such application shall be accompanied with a tender to the local Federal Reserve agent of collateral in amount equal to the sum of the Federal Reserve notes thus applied for and issue pursuant to such application. So whatever you apply for is what you're supposed to receive back in a line of credit. All right? Meaning you're not supposed to be paying on that shit. It don't even make sense. All right? So let's read. It says the collateral security. The collateral security. Listen, because this is why you don't supposed to pay a down payment. Also, it's deeper just knowing regurgitating laws. You got to know why you don't pay a down payment. It said the collateral security thus offered shall be notes. All right. It says drafts, comma, bills of exchange, comma, or acceptance acquired under section 10A, 10B, 13, or 13A of this act. So when I get on here talking about bills of exchange, bills of exchange, bills of exchange, if you ain't doing business through bills of exchange, I really don't know how you're doing business. I don't know. So when people, if you ever hear anybody say that bill of exchange shit don't work, you let them know, well, Congress telling us that the Federal Reserve notes is based off bills of exchange. Application is the down payment. Application, well, to be real, y'all, there's no such thing as down payment. That word is supposed to be not even created. We're not even supposed to know what the word down payment means. That's not real. Imagine a fake word that's created now and we start to use it like it's real. The word down payment don't exist because there's no such thing as a down payment, which really should be forbidden language in a consumer credit transaction. You feel me? Because that's cash. That ain't got nothing to do with the finance. Either you financing me or you gonna hit me for the cash. I'm telling you I'm financing, so why are you asking for cash? That's because we don't know how to stand on what a finance charge is and what a consumer credit transaction is. We allow the dealership to, you know what I'm saying, sway us different ways, and that's on us. You see what I'm saying? You can fool a fool, but you can't fool a wise person. You see what I'm saying? We are little children walking into business deals and signing shit just because we want the keys. Just because we saying shit like, oh my gosh, I got 7 babies, I gotta find a way. You don't gotta find shit because these people don't give a fuck that you and your babies is gonna be in a homeless shelter. Okay, they don't care. All right, I'm letting you know they don't care. If you got 24-hour notice on your door, my best advice, go ahead and pay if you can. All right, read the document that you see and buy yourself some time by sending something into the court. Buy yourself some time by responding back to these courts. Just send them anything. Even though you don't know how to respond, just send them anything. Just say, hey, I didn't respond due to the fact I just received this documentation. You know what I'm saying? You got to give them a reason why you haven't responded. Because they give you 10 business days to tell them why you shouldn't be evicted. They say either you're going to pay or you tell us why you don't want to be evicted. Now it's on you to figure out why shouldn't you be evicted. Not because you don't learn the law. Not because somebody done told you ain't got to pay. No, you got to prove why you don't got to pay. All right, but let's keep reading. It literally says the collateral security thus offered shall be notes, meaning your application is notes. It says drafts, bills of exchange. Remember, your application isn't a bill of exchange. You can utilize your contract as a bills of exchange. All right. All right, so it says, member bank of any Federal Reserve district and purchased under the provision of Section 14 of this act, or banker's acceptance purchased under the provision of said Section 14, or gold certificates, or special drawings, right certificates. What the fuck is a right certificate? You know what I'm saying? It says, or any obligations which are direct obligations of or are fully guaranteed, listen, as to principal and interest. Let me stop right there. Can somebody look at how they spell principal? It's 2 ways to say principal. You got principal, meaning like your morals, and you have principal, meaning you have an agent principal relationship. It literally says a principal interest. Who is the principal? You see what I'm saying? I know I'm saying it in a funny way, but I'm just letting y'all know that it's A-L, not I-L. Look how they say it. Principal of interest. No, principal and interest. Who is the principal? Yep. Who's the principal? Your taxpayer is the principal. The all caps name is the principal. Okay? All right, the taxpayer, the vessel or the entity that you utilize when you're doing business. Because remember, we're gods. We gods. You know what I'm saying? We so cold with it. You know what I'm saying? We created a game where, you know what I'm saying, we gonna create fake people and do business. Y'all see how genius that is? Y'all see how genius that is? Yo, we gonna create fictitious entities to do business with, so we ain't got to attach our godly names to or our godly essence to. All we got to do is sign shit. Y'all hear how cold that is? Folks looking at it like, oh, we're a slave to the game. Oh my gosh, we're a slave to the United States. Who the fuck is holding a gun to your head and saying you can't move? Get your passport and fucking move. It don't even make sense. This is a game. Oh, a free game. The United States is land of the free. If you know what's going on. That's what they should put at the end. Like, if you know what's going on. Real shit. This is the land of the free. Asterisk, if you know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, you're going to be regurgitating what a lot of civil rights are going to be talking about. Telling you to get out there and march. To be telling you to argue about white and black. Oh my gosh, the cops is beating us. Oh my gosh. Man, they going to keep beating us. What you going to do about it? You ain't gonna get physical back. We know that ain't about to happen. Because if it did happen, it would have been happened. You see what I'm saying? We know that ain't gonna happen. So what is the ways to get around certain things that are happening? Information. Okay? How do we stop things from happening? Hitting them where it hurts. Information. You see what I'm saying? So let's keep reading. Alright, let's keep reading. All right, it says principal and interest by the United States or any agency thereof. The Social Security Administrative Office is any agency thereof the United States. Y'all see how we making that connection? This is how I'm showing you that you are an employee of the United States. So when y'all hear about retirement plans like, oh, what is your retirement benefit? Your Social Security retirement. They're talking about your employment status with the United States, not your military benefits, not how long you've been working with a corporation. They're talking about how long have you been doing business for the United States. How many applications have you been submitting? How many, you see what I'm saying? How many times do you use your social when you apply for a job? Because guess what? Your employer that you work for is supposed to took your application, went to the Federal Reserve, got paid, and supposed to paid you your salary for a year on the spot. Does that happen? No, it doesn't. No, it does not. We go to jobs, submit applications, and we start working. They start, okay, you're going to make this much a year. Then we start telling folks, yo, I make $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year. Yeah. Like they were supposed to give you that after signing. It was a contract. You told them you were going to give them your body. That's really what's going on. Same thing with folks in prison. They said, I'll plead to this. I'll give you my body for this many days. You can use my taxpayer while I'm in here. Okay? All right? I'm going to give you my body and my collateral. I'm going to use my body as collateral. That's what's going on. I've used my body as collateral unknowingly also. All right? So let's read. So it says, principal and interest by the United States or any agency thereof or assets there that Federal Reserve banks may purchase or hold under Section 14 of this act or any other assets of the Federal Reserve Bank. It says, listen to this. It says, in no events, meaning no way, shape, and form, no events shall such collateral security, meaning your application, be less than the amount of Federal Reserve notes applied for. Am I making this shit up, y'all? I'm going to read it again because folks think I be lying. I'm going to read this again, and I hope folks are starting to teach application is the money. All right, so I'm going to read it again. All right. I hope y'all reading with me. Federal Reserve, Section 16, Part 2. We at the bottom. All right. It literally says, where we at? No event. We at no event. Oh, damn, I done lost my spot. Okay, here you go. It says, in no event shall such collateral security. Okay, then you got to remember what is collateral security. The application is the collateral. You give the banks collateral to hold on to. They turn around, go get the Federal Reserve. They get money. They're supposed to turn back and give us our line of credit, not cash. If you get cash, that's commingling. You're asking for a line of credit. Okay, a credit card or a line of credit. Okay, all right. So it says, In no event shall the collateral security be less than the amount of Federal Reserve notes applied for. Who applies for Federal Reserve notes? Not banks. Not banks. Not banks. So it says the Federal Reserve agent shall each day, not every 30 days, not when you feel like it. All right, it says the Federal Reserve agent, meaning you're a Federal Reserve agent, shall each day notify the boards of governors of the Federal Reserve, okay, bank to which he is accredited. Okay, meaning if the National Bank is working with the Federal Reserve Bank, that means that National Bank has a Federal Reserve agent. We're supposed to be on they ass, yo, where's my credit? Daily. And I'm going to show you why it's daily, okay? I'm going to show you why it's daily. So for y'all that don't got time for this, I'm showing you how your life is going to conflict with doing what you're supposed to do, because you don't even have time to learn what you're supposed to learn. The only thing you have time for is stress. You don't even have time to learn this. You see what I'm saying? So this is what it is. Let's keep reading. All right? Let's keep reading. Because he says accredited. Remember, it says accredited. What does accredited means? Meaning we're supposed to get credit for it. We're supposed to accept these credits and transfer it to the principal's account. All right, so let's read. It says, the said boards of governors of the Federal Reserve System may at any time call upon the Federal Reserve banks for additional security to protect the Federal Reserve notes issued to it. So are you getting a bank saying, hey, you haven't paid us and we're facing loss? No, you ain't facing no fucking loss. Call the goddamn Federal Reserve and get additional security on top of the security I gave you. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, we are the masters of the game. We are the people. The consumers, the citizens are the people. In God we trust. Through God we do business. Y'all, we are gods. You see what I'm saying? We're doing business through entities. We're doing business through citizens. We are gods through doing business through citizens. So if anybody's telling y'all consumer law ain't real, it ain't working, you know, they don't understand that we are gods operating through citizens. There's a private side, there's a public side. While we're reading the Federal Reserve, does it say anything about private? Not saying, granted, you need to learn private, we need to know the private side, but a lot of y'all are too private and not knowing the public side of things. That's why you're calling yourself private and you're still paying bills. So you can't be all the way public because you got no private. You can't be all the way private if you don't know public. Okay, so be careful. And you can't commingle. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. All right, so let's read. All right. These banks are supposed to get additional security from the Federal Reserve. Okay, we do that by demanding them. You see what I'm saying? All we got to do is know what's going on. You got to know what's going on. You got to know how to articulate yourself, articulate your documents. All right, all you're doing is fucking copying this shit and placing it on your fucking documents. All you're doing is damn copying and fucking pasting. We're not arguing with these folks. We're letting them argue with with Congress. Straight up. Okay, so, and we don't got to make it too complicated, y'all. We're just asking basically, where's my security? What happened to my collateral that I gave you on this day? You don't got to make it too complicated. You don't got to talk to them. I come forth as Muhammad Mansa Musa Elash Molosh, the fourth son in the name of, you don't got to do all that, y'all. Just let them know, hey, I'm here on behalf of the principal. It's that simple, y'all. Okay, it's that simple. You don't got to overcomplicate things, guys. All right, so let's keep reading it. It says, listen to this. It says, collateral shall not be required for Federal Reserve notes which are held in the vaults of or are otherwise held by or on behalf of Federal Reserve banks. Okay? Federal Reserve banks. So And as you can see, look, let's keep reading. We on number 3. Number 3, part 3. It says distinctive letter on notes. Destruction of unfit notes. It says, listen to this. It says Federal Reserve notes, listen, shall bear upon their faces a distinctive letter and serial number, which shall be assigned by the boards of governors of the Federal Reserve System to each Federal Reserve Bank. It says, notes, Federal Reserve notes unfit for circulation shall be canceled, destroyed, and accounted for under procedures prescribed and at the location designed by the Secretary of the Treasury. Did y'all hear what they just said? I'm going to read it again. They said, listen, Federal Reserve notes unfit for circulation, meaning bogus ass bills of exchanges that are out there, shall be canceled, destroyed, and accounted. They just said 2 things at once, y'all. Did y'all hear that? They just said 2 things at once. Meaning our applications that we submit, our documentation that they saying declined and shit like that, it's still accounted for. I'll read it again. I'll read it again because folks think I'll be making shit up. All right. It says Federal Reserve notes. Remember, your application is a form of Federal Reserve note because you cash it in to receive Federal Reserve notes. Okay, I know you ain't got it. It's because you didn't do that process, but they're talking as if you know what's going on. Y'all see how that goes? Everything that we're reading starts from part 1. You see how you have to read it in order? Y'all get to part 1, stop, and be like, I don't know what it's saying. Motherfucker, keep reading. It's telling you what it is. It's lining your ass up. Keep reading. Stay in it. We looking for words like, oh, it don't say eviction. It doesn't say my credit card. Oh, well, it doesn't say my car notes. Well, it doesn't say my water bill. Well, it doesn't say utilities. I was looking for more information on utilities. I was looking for more information on my car load. I was looking for more information on how to get money from my Social Security credit accounts. I'm like, what? What? How much have you read? Well, I haven't read much. I just kind of skimmed over some things. That's the problem. That's the problem. You're skimming when you're supposed to be reading. You're skimming something that's supposed to be utilized for your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And you're reading some gossips about celebrities that has nothing to do with your life, liberty, and your pursuit of happiness. And you're complaining about life? What? You walk out your door every day not doing nothing that pertains to your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, and you're complaining about your life. I was complaining about my life until I learned what the fuck was going on. Now I'm like, God damn, what? I gotta roll up again. Sheesh, I can do that too. And then you start to see these corporations just start moving out the fucking way, y'all. You see what I'm saying, y'all? It don't matter if it's the currency is crypto, flip-do, chip-do, tip-toe, tip-it-toe. None of that. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter if they change currency to cheeseburgers. It don't matter if we go back to the barter system. All right, y'all, we are still operating on a credit system, okay? That's all that matters. I don't give. Now, granted, you can invest and learn those things, but if you don't know the game, the real game that's going on, it doesn't matter how much Forex you know. It doesn't matter how much crypto you know. You're just going to be Federal Reserve noted up, meaning stacking Federal Reserve notes, because I'm sure you're going to take some of that crypto and cash it out and go buy a house or go buy a car, and you don't even have to do that. So then its end goal is, what is the point of it all? It's just I look at those type of things as just another tool to use. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't know the ultimate tool, these side tools are just going to be side tools. And what's going to happen if everything crashes? We still have our credit. There's always going to be credit. It was credit yesterday. It's going to be credit today. It's going to be credit tomorrow. That's why the U.S. will never fall. Never. Okay? No matter what they put in the goddamn news. All right? When you know what's really going on with the acts, you know what's going on. If you following what's going on with campaigns and shit, with the BET talking about Shade Room and all these bloggers, yeah, you gonna fall right behind everything. You gonna be deceptive to all the fearmonger that's going on. That's been going on. All right, so let's read it. So it says, Federal Reserve notes unfit for circulation shall be canceled, destroyed, and accounted for under procedures prescribed and at locations designated by the Secretary of the Treasury. Upon destruction of such notes credited with respect thereto shall be appointed amongst the 12 Federal Reserve banks and as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Let's keep going. Look at this. We at part 4. Can somebody read to me what the first 2 words of part 4 is? Can somebody read to me what the first 2 words of part 4 is? Can somebody read to me what the first 2 words of part 4 is? We're at Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 4. Let's all say it together. Granting right to issue notes. Who has rights? Let's think about that. Who has rights? Are we reading Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 4? Who has rights? Who are rights given to? Individuals. Exactly. Individual persons. If you know what a person is, you know a person is a natural person or an organization. Meaning we utilize our natural persons through our organizations, who is the consumer. We have rights. We have rights to issue notes. We issue notes by submitting applications. We issue notes by submitting applications. We issue notes by submitting applications through banks. Through banks. Through banks. Okay, let's read. It says granting rights to issue notes. Okay, yeah, we can really drop the mic right there, but we're gonna keep going because we gotta make it stick in people's membranes. We gotta, as soon as y'all get this and go to sleep, your mind gonna be thinking about it while you're asleep. So your natural soul is gonna wise, because your soul don't sleep. Sleep isn't really real. We gotta sleep. These are our vessels that you're seeing right now is my vessel. I have to let my vessel sleep because I can't wear my vessel out. Okay, but the soul that's inside my vessel, it's up all the time. You see what I'm saying? So I have to make sure that I'm engulfing myself with high value. So when I sleep, my soul is still on that value. So when I wake up, I just pick up where I left off. All right, so let's read part 4. It says granting right. All right, to issue notes. Let's read. It says the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System shall have the right. Now, let me just let y'all know we are the boards of governors. How are we boards of governors? Because we are individual bankers. We're the board of governors of our own bank. What is the name of our individual bank? the name that's on the Social Security card. The all caps name is the name of our individual banks. Since we do all the executive work on behalf, or supposed to, okay, that makes us boards of governors of the Federal Reserve System, because we utilize the Federal Reserve System to operate business. Our government names. Listen to the verbiage. If you have a government name, you are a board of governor of that name. Okay, now granted, I'm not telling you start going out and saying, I'm the motherfucking... No, I'm not telling you to do that. Okay, your ass will be locked up. All right, I'm telling you to operate in your capacity. Meaning if you don't know how to do shit, don't do it. Keep reading. All right, let's read. Granting right to issue notes, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System shall have the rights, listen to this, acting through the Federal Reserve agent. Man, they give us the game, y'all. I'm going to read it again. The Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System shall have the rights acting through the Federal Reserve agents. Remember, the bank, the National Bank, has a Federal Reserve agent that you're supposed, meaning the CFO. Okay? All right, listen. All right? The Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System shall have the right, acting through the Federal Reserve agent, to grant in whole or in parts. Listen, in whole or in part. How many times you went to a furniture store or a car company and they be like, yeah, you wanted a $50,000 car, we was only able to approve you for $20,000. Oh, sorry, I see you like that furniture set. Yes, that furniture set's $3,500. We was only able to approve you for $1,200. Meaning you're gonna have to pay the difference today. Or we can try your credit with another corporation. Meaning we're gonna run your shit again. You see what I'm saying? Because they're dictating the terms. Anytime you let them dictate the terms, they're gonna make it shitty as hell for you. They're not stealing. They're not stealing anything. As you hear what I'm saying, because at no point in time did I say they was doing anything wrong. As you can see, they're doing everything right. They're doing everything in their capacity. It says the Federal Reserve agent. We work through the Federal Reserve agent. So meaning if we don't talk to the Federal Reserve agent on our behalf through the banks is going to speak for us. Why? Because the bank is married to us. And if any of us is married, you know, right? If something happens to you, everything goes to the other party. So if you abandon certain rights and credit, guess what? That party, who is a natural person or an organization, meaning an organization because you're the natural person that gave that organization life, can start operating as if it's a natural person on your behalf, which is totally legal. It's only illegal once you try to go in and change it and start to use your rights, and they tell you, nah, motherfucker, stop. We don't accept that. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to prove why you need to be in that seat and why they need to be in the borrower's seat, because the banks are the borrowers. You can look that up on 12 USC 1431. All right, so yeah, let's read. The Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System shall have the right, acting through the Federal Reserve agent, to grant in whole or in parts, or to reject entirely the application of any Federal Reserve bank for Federal Reserve notes. Meaning, if they come back to you and say no, and you don't rebut, that's legal. It's legal. It's legal. So when you hear people say they can't decline you, they can't. Only if you go forth and claim your right to the credits. If you don't claim, you don't remain. If you don't say nothing, you don't get nothing. All right? So it says, but to the extent that such applications may be granted, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve shall, listen, through its local Federal Reserve agent, supply Federal Reserve notes to the banks So applying, as such banks shall be charged. Listen how they said the banks shall be charged. Do it say that the person is supposed to be charged? Do it say the consumer is supposed to be charged? Are y'all reading with me? Who would say it's supposed to be charged? I'm going to show you why it's the bank, it's the borrower. The one that's being charged is the one that's borrowing. Okay? This shit goes deeper than some codes, y'all. You got to know these acts. People ask me, what books do I read? I don't read books. I read acts. It's too much information right here for me to go buy a book. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much information. So right here it says the banks shall be charged with the amount of the notes. So the banks are the borrowers. We give the banks application. You got to look for all my trappers out there. Okay. You know, if you had a runner, you fronted the runner some work. The runner went and made sales. That runner was supposed to come to you and give you your dividends, your revenue. Okay. That's how that shit works. The bank is our runner. We go through the bank. That's why they did the 1933 emergency banking holiday, is because we lost faith in our runners. Our runners was running off with our assets. So we lost faith in the runners and stopped going to the runners, doing business with the runners. The runners went broke and basically the whole plan had to be restructured, which brings in the meeting on Jackal Island by the 6 guys, you feel what I'm saying, who created the Federal Reserve system, proposed that to the United States. The United States adopted it. Okay, and that's what we've been utilizing. Okay, so there is no money. All right, so when you understand what's going on, you're able to utilize this information correctly. All right, because nothing is supposed to be declined, but if you don't stand on your toes, stand on your info, not templates, but stand on your info, all right, none of your rights are going to be given to you. If you don't use your rights, you lose your rights. All right, so the bank is the borrower, y'all. All right, so again, the bank is our runner. The banks are supposed to run with our application, go make money, do their little fractional banking shit that they do. You see what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck what you do, just bring me back my dividends. And they supposed to go run to the Federal Reserve. All right, they go to the window, which brings the 1099 OIDs. But I'm telling you to leave these tax documents alone for now until you learn the basics. All right, leave the taxes alone right now until you learn the basics, because you can get remedy just by regurgitating the Constitution and knowing the Constitution. All right, so the national banks, these member banks, go to the Federal Reserve window and they get an original issue discount for the bills of exchange that they use. They use that application as a loan. So when they go to you and say it's a loan, no, it's a loan to them. They're just coming to you saying, hey, Dad, can you sign this permission slip for me? That's really what's going on. Hey, Mom, can you sign this permission slip for me so I can go get this? And we like, yeah, baby, go ahead. Let me sign my first name, my social. Let me sign about it. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, have fun. And the banks go, yes, thanks, Mom. They call everybody up, start selling this shit. Fractional banking. Then they supposed to get our dividend that we asked for, come back and give it to us. We asked them to just keep the change. But that's not what's going on. They done got so greedy now, they taking everything. But it's only because we're allowing it, because we don't know what's going on. Every corporation is our runner, okay? Every corporation that we give our socials to, we give them access to our personal banks, which then they can do fractional banking off of it, okay? Which means it makes the value go up, which is good. We just got to know how to change that debt into a credit. That's the whole problem. That's the only thing this game is missing is us. As soon as we come to this game, yo, it's going to be a utopia. Everybody's not going to be able to do it. So for the private folks that end up learning this shit, it's going to be a world amongst world, because a lot of y'all ain't going to learn this shit. A lot of y'all going to die not knowing this shit. You just going to kind of go off of, oh my God, it sounds good, but you're going to continue to do what you're doing because you think whatever you're doing is the right way of doing things. Okay, so you're going to die knowing that you're going to pass that information, that DNA down to your kids. Your kids now the obligation is on your kids to learn this shit. Whole time you had the opportunity to teach this to your kid, but you chose not to because your business is doing quote unquote numbers, all right, or your job just gave you a fucking pizza party because you've been at the job for 20 years and they just gave you a bag of candy and gave you a name with your plaque on it. You know what I'm saying? But they never told you that the application that you gave their institution or corporation, they went and took the application and deposited it into a Federal Reserve because it's no different from a car. They came back to you and said, yes, you can start on Monday. And you've been working for your contract that's already paid for. But that's a little too much information, okay? That's a little bit too much information. 1099 OID. OID stands for Original Issue Discount, all right? These corporations get original issue discounts when they go fulfill their duties. They fulfill their duties by going to their honorable duties by taking that application, which is a security, being careful with it, walking to the window, and they get a discount if they do that. These banks are babies. You see what I'm saying? We are babying these babies. All right? They have powers and duties to borrow. They don't have powers and duties to make decisions like, no, motherfucker, you can't get this credit. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not robbing at all. All right, so let's read. All right, so it says, but to the extent that such application may be granted by the boards of governors of the Federal Reserve System shall, through its local Federal Reserve agent, supply Federal Reserve notes to the banks so applying, and such banks shall be charged with the amount of the notes issued to it, and shall pay such rates of interest. So how many of y'all was told that you're supposed to pay interest? When you ask the banks, hey, what is my APR rate? Oh, that's the percentage you're going to pay back to the banks. Oh, but it says here that you're supposed to pay the interest. See what I'm saying? How many of y'all are doing that? How many of y'all are redirecting or rebutting the terms? A lot of folks aren't. All right, so let's keep reading. It says, such banks shall be charged with the amount of the notes issued to it, and shall pay such rates of interest as may be established by the boards of governors of the Federal Reserve System on only that amount of such notes which equals the total amount of an outstanding Federal Reserve note, less the amount of gold certificates held by the Federal Reserve agent as collateral security. So it says Federal Reserve notes issued to any such bank. Any such bank, you gotta hear the words. Any such bank shall, upon delivery, together with such notes of such Federal Reserve banks as may be issued under Section 18 of the Act, upon security of the United States 2% government bonds, become a first and paramount lien on all assets of such bank. So if you gave them an application, y'all, that shit sealed the deal. Now it's only waiting on it to be executed, to be enforced. We got to learn to enforce the application. Okay? You can learn all your nationality. Your nationality don't fucking matter. Let me look in the camera. Your nationality don't fucking matter. It don't matter if your shit say black, American national, okay, king, queen. If you don't know what to do with the damn bill or know how to do with contracting, you're a dub. All right, so you can spend all your time with nationality. And I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying that ain't got shit to do with your bill. Ain't got nothing to do with your bill. And it's so much, y'all. We could read this shit all day. As you can see, I would definitely keep reading all the way down. But now we're going to go over to Federal Reserve Section 29. Let's go to 29. Because a lot of folks ask, bro, when we send this stuff, they don't do what we say. They don't do what we say. We send all this stuff. But shit, they don't do what we say. So then what? When what? All right, let's read. Let's read. 29. Scroll up. Now we on Section 29. Can somebody tell me what does the first three words of Section 29 say? All right, can somebody tell me what the first words of Section 29 say? Let's read. And you do this before you take them to court. What I'm about to read now is what you do before you take them to court. Let's read. All right, so look, Section 29. We're on civil money penalty. Nope, we're on Section 29, civil money penalty. I be hearing folks saying, oh, then that's public. You got to operate private, or civil is public. And we're owed civil penalty. So why the fuck wouldn't I overstand my public side of things when I'm still doing business in the public. No matter if I transfer it to my private or not, I still have to overstand I'm putting my private out in the public. Pause. You see what I'm saying? So, not co-mingling, but we're operating using a public entity, if that makes sense. There's a private matter, there's a public matter. All right, civil penalties. I'm about to read. All right, I hope everybody's listening. It says A, first tier. A, first tier. It says, any member bank and exactly must be two sides, straight up, shawty low, rest in peace, rest in heaven, shawty low. Any member bank which and any institution affiliate party. I'll say it again. Any member bank and any institution affiliate party. So can somebody give me an example of an institution affiliate party? Somebody give me an example? Well, I give you one. Your apartment company. Because they're working with the national bank, and that national bank is working with the Federal Reserve. Y'all see the levels? Meaning when you go sign an apartment lease or a mortgage or a car, you working through that dealership or that, you know what I'm saying, that company. But that company goes to a bank who then goes to the Federal Reserve. You see what I'm saying? So you see how many levels? It's like 4 levels. It's you go through the dealership goes to the bank goes to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is supposed to give that credit back to the bank is supposed to then turn and give that line of credit to the consumer that applied for, if that makes sense. I'm over here like... Alright, so yeah, so that's what it is. Alright, so that's who so this is who the people they're talking about. So right now, they're talking about banks, and they're talking about anybody that affiliates doing business with banks. So any member bank which and any institution affiliate party within the meaning of Section 3U of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act with respects to such member bank who violates any provision of Section 22, 23A or 23B or any regulations issued pursuant thereto shall forfeit and pay a civil penalty of not more than $5,000 for each day during which such violations continue. So let me ask those that are still worried about getting $1,000 off. Not saying don't do it, but those that focus on cleaning their credit, getting $1,000 for each deletion. All right, here Congress is telling you, you get $5,000 damn dollars a day for just tier 1. You're supposed to get paid $5,000 a day for each day during which such violations continue. What is one violation? When I send you an endorsement, my endorsement process, letting you know that I'm accepting the title's rights, interests, and goddamn, and transferring my principal's balance to the account. Okay? When I transfer this to your account, you're supposed to accept this because I'm the board of directors and I'm telling you to do this and I'm telling you can do this. So when you telling me y'all don't do things this way, that's the question starting to come and rise up like, okay, who the fuck are you? Who are you working for? Because if you're not doing things this way, how are you doing things? Because this is how the Federal Reserve does things. And if we're not doing things under the Federal Reserve, because this is a Federal Reserve system, bills of exchange, then how are we doing business? You see what I'm saying? You gotta put them. You gotta walk them. This is for all my boxers. You know, you gotta walk them down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk them to that area in the ring. You gotta get them to the corner. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of y'all trying to go toe to toe in the middle of the ring, and you ain't got no way, in shape or form, know how to throw a simple 1-2 combo. Only thing you know how to do is throw a one punch. Y'all send one damn letter and think that shit supposed to go through. Y'all say shit like, "Well, I sent my bill endorsed back," and I be like, "What you put on it?" "Well, I just kind of listened to his group and I was kind of sitting there to see if it worked." Or y'all say shit like, "Well, I sent my affidavit in and they didn't say anything." All right, I sent my shit. You know what I'm saying? All you did was throw one punch. You didn't know how to piece together a combo. We ain't reading no codes right now. We ain't saying no codes. The act that you're looking for is Federal Reserve Section 29. This is Federal Reserve Section 29. All right, this is showing you and we're only on number A, y'all. We're only on first tier. First tier is telling you get $5,000 a day. First tier is telling you that. That's why y'all remember the last act we just read, it said the board of governors is supposed to contact the agent daily. Y'all remember we read that? Y'all remember? Anybody remember? Was anybody paying attention? Y'all remember the last act we read and it said that the board of governors is supposed to contact the Federal Reserve agent daily on the issue of notes? Meaning we're supposed to be hitting these motherfuckers constantly? Because if we don't get what we want constantly, we're supposed to get minimum $5,000 a day. Because every time we reach out to them, we have to pay ourselves. If those that have been reading the Bill of Exchange Act, it literally says we're supposed to reimburse ourselves. Remember, you're an employee of the United States if you're operating for your consumer. Your consumer is the United States, an entity created by the United States. You see what I'm saying? So that's just level one. So for y'all to start logging, oh, I'm going to do my money now, sit your ass down. Okay? Because it's more money than fucking $5,000. They just telling you that's how much minimum you get. Okay? First tier is $5,000 a day. Now let's read second tier. Second tier is notwithstanding subsection A, any member bank, there you go again, which and any institution affiliate party, there you go again, within the meaning of section 3U of the Federal Reserve Deposit Insurance Act, with respect to such member bank who, A, commits any violation. Do it say some violations? Do it say now if they do some violation, they but no, it says commits any violations described in section A. All right, and section A is any violation pursuant to the Federal Reserve. You see what I'm saying? So if they don't accept our applications, they just violate it. Especially if we add a tender and tell them what to do with it, they just violate it. Okay, so let's read. It says B, recklessly engages in an unsafe or unsound practice in conducting the affairs of such member bank. Meaning if you ain't handling your affairs correctly as a fiduciary, that's a violation. Meaning a bank has a fiduciary responsibility too. But we must put them in a fiduciary capacity, forcing them to do their job. Because remember, we're bosses. If you walk into a business and you don't tell nobody what to do, none of your employees what to do, then what they not gonna do shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta come in and start regulating shit. You gotta become a regulator. All right, so it says C. It says breach of any fiduciary duty. So it says if you breach any of your duties, you owe me, let's see how much. It says we on 2, my bad. It says number 2, which violations, practices, or breaches. It says A, is a part of a pattern of misconduct. How many of y'all have been sending y'all shit in and they just keep telling you no? That's a pattern, okay? How many of y'all have got locked up for weed twice and they keep saying, oh yeah, that's a pattern, so we got to get you for habitual. Okay, because now, all right, cool. If I send my shit to you and you decline it twice or separate occasions, that's patterns. I'm going to hit you for habitual violations, all right, which falls up under section 2 of tier 2 of section 29. Okay, it says it says part of a pattern of misconduct. It says B, causes or is likely to cause more than a minimum loss to such member bank. Meaning if I'm a member bank, since I am a member bank, and you come take my car, I just receive loss. Okay, you just cut my lights off. Oops, I just see, because as y'all can read, it don't say financial loss, do it? Do it say financial loss? And I noticed that when I was reading. Why don't it say financial loss? Why don't it say causes or is likely to cause more than a minimum financial loss? It just says causes or is likely to cause more than a minimum loss to such member bank. Remember, you're a member bank. You're a member of the Federal Reserve. Did you get your car repoed? Did you have your lights cut off? Did you get evicted? Did you have your credit card shut down? I'm literally telling you. All right, so C, results in a pecuniary gain or other benefit to such party. So let's read. With you gotta determine your loss. So we're on tier 2. It says shall forfeit and pay a civil penalty or not more than $25,000 for each day during which such violation, practice, or breaches continues. So how many of y'all are making $25,000 a day? Some of y'all make that for the year. Imagine writing up a fee schedule, $25,000 a day, until they give you your remedy. Now, for y'all that's asking, well, how do we do it? Just pay attention. We're going to get there. Because literally, all you got to do is fucking read. They literally line everything up for us. Literally. All right, so let's read. It says, shall forfeit and pay civil penalty of not more than $25,000. Not a week, not a month. Daily. All right? A lot of y'all asking me pocket watching questions like, have I did it? Okay. Why would I tell you, have I did it, or if I have done it? I can sit here and say I haven't done it. I can sit here and say I have done it. Well, how is that going to do you any justice? I can show you a check right now. How is that going to do you any justice? How? How? If I show you some exotic cars right now, how does that prove that I got this using this method? That doesn't prove anything. I'm telling you where to go read where it says you have money waiting on you. It's right here. I'm talking about right here. Oh no, I'm not saying that person pocket watching. I'm not saying. I'm just talking in general, y'all. Not to that person right there. Not to that person. I'm just talking in general. Remember, a lot of folks ask questions. A lot of people are scared to ask. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking in general. It's right here. $25,000 a day is the second tier. But hold your horses. Just hold your horses. Hold your horses. Because we on third tier. You got to look at $25,000 a day as chump change when you get to third tier. Let's read third tier. Notwithstanding, subsection. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this. Notwithstanding, subsection A and B. It says A and B, meaning A and B is first tier, B is second tier. So they let you know in third tier, because they let you know they're lining you up. They let you know, notwithstanding subsection A and B, it says, and any member bank which and in any institution affiliated party, again, that's they saying the same shit again, within meaning of section 3U of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act, with respect to such member bank who, number one, knowingly commits any violation described in section A. How do they knowingly commit a violation? How? How do we get them in the situation of, okay, now you know, I know you know that you know. For real. Now I know that you know that you know. How do we? It start with an N. It start with an N. What do we send in? It start with the N. Notice. When you give them notice. Notice that I am attempting to claim my credits. Notice that I'm exercising my right to credit. Notice that I am giving my rights to transfer the principal's balance. Notice. So for all y'all that's not getting a remedy, how many times have you gave them notice? Have you stood on your notice? You gave them notice and do nothing about it. That's like me telling my kids, go do them damn dishes. And then they don't do it, then I don't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Daddy, fuck your notices. Alright, so let's read. So knowingly commits any violation prescribed in section A. B, engages in any unsafe or unsound practice in conducting affairs of such credit union. When you hear the words unsafe, my mind automatically goes to John F. Kennedy, who was the first guy who got his head fucking blown off for releasing the bills of exchange. Okay, the bills of rights. The Bill of Rights was passed in 1962. All right, the Bill of Rights was passed in 1962. All right, your bills of rights was passed in 1962. I'm not going to go over your bills of rights, but you go look up what your bills of rights are, because they're for all consumers. Our bills of rights was the first consumer law rights that was passed after 1933. So from 1933, when all the Federal Reserve was put in place, we didn't have a law to protect us all the way up to 1962. Almost 30 years. So imagine what the economy was looking like. In comes JFK, releases the Bills of Rights, and right here it says engage in any unsafe. Well, one of your Bills of Rights is your rights to safety, meaning your body got to be safe and your estate, your taxpayer must be safe when doing business. Meaning when I put my taxpayer out there, I must be safe from all mispractice or malpractices. Y'all hear the word malpractices? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how many doctors? Oh, we ain't gonna get into that. Okay, we ain't get into that. All right, but yeah, your consumer person is supposed to be safe from any bad businesses. Okay, any bad business deal. Also, it says C, breaches in fiduciary duty. All right, so 2, it says knowingly or recklessly causes a substantial loss. Remember, not financial loss. Substantial loss to such credit union or a substantial pecuniary gain or other benefit to such party by reason of such violations, practice, or breach. It says shall forfeit and pay a civil penalty in an amount not to exceed the applicable maximum amounts determined under subsection D. Now, we haven't read subsection D because we're still in subsection C. It says for each day during which such violations, practices, or breaches continue. So let's read subsection D. All right, it says maximum amount of penalties for any violation described for in section C. So C goes with D. It says the maximum daily amount of any civil penalty which may be assessed pursuant to subsection C for any violation, practice, or breach of description in such subsection, in the case of any person, remember, person, natural person, or organization, or any person other than a member bank, in an amount to exceed $1 million per day, family. Now, can y'all please read that for yourself? Because I don't want anyone asking me, is this real? Because I'm going to show you why folks don't actually get this money. Okay? So let me inform the brother that threw the question out there, have I done this? No, I haven't got the money. I haven't got the money because there is no money. You think those corporations going to give you $1 million a day when they can just give you your line of credit? I'm going to say it again. Do you think they're going to pay you out? Remember, some of y'all been fighting for 6 months. So you do 6 months. You can only do Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday times $1 million a day. Do you really think? Let me give you an option. Would you rather pay me $1 million a day and I'm showing you this fee schedule? Would you rather do this or give me my remedy that I originally asked for? Because let's read right. Let's keep reading. Let's read. It says, in the case of any person other than a member bank in amount, because meaning any person other than a member bank, meaning you're the person operating for the member bank, meaning you're the natural person, meaning you're the one that files on behalf. You see what I'm saying? So listen, it says, in the case of a member bank in an amount not to exceed less than $1 million or 1% of the total assets of such member bank. So you can ask them for $1 million a day, or you can give me 1% of your assets. So let's think about it, people. Do you really think they're going to give you 1% of their corporation when they can just give you your line of credit? When they can just give you what you've been asking for? You see how you got to put them in a position, you have to force it out of them. They're not going to lay down. They're not going to know what somebody asked me the other day. Why can't they just do good business? Why the fuck would they? Why would they? This is just ammo to use. Okay? They're not going to actually give you this fucking money. This is just a repercussion for them if it goes to court. You do all this outside of court. And you can't wait till you get to court to use this. You got to be utilizing this as you're building your case, sending them notices like, hey, I've been sending you things. This is $10 million a day. I've been sending this for 10 days. Hey, just letting you know, I'm keeping tabs on things. I'm at work. I'm working. This your real job. It's your real job. Not pushing buttons. It's your real job. All right, so let's keep reading. Because a lot of people be asking, well, how do we go execute this? Where do we go to read? Well, I'm sure if they tell us how to go get the money, what happens if they violate, I'm sure they're going to tell us how to assess it. Well, look at here, people. Because can somebody tell me what does E say? Well, look at here. Well, God, I'll be goddamn. Right up under where they tell us we have $1 million a day, they tell us how to go get the shit. Well, God be goddamn. Can somebody tell me what E says? Somebody tell me what E says. It's right here in our damn face. Well, I'll be. Does anybody know what assessment means? Well, clearly, if we find out violations, these motherfuckers ain't gonna assess themselves. You know what I'm saying? The shit ain't gonna get picked up itself. So let's read assessment. E, assessment. Listen, it says any penalty imposed under subsection A, B, C. We already read A, B, and C. It says shall be assessed and collected by. Meaning you don't call your motherfucking apartment builders like, you owe me $1 million a day. You don't send it to them. They're about to tell you who you send it to. That's how I know folks don't read. That's how I know folks don't be reading. They be like, oh, where do I go to get more information? Duh, exactly where you was reading it. That's how you get more information. And you follow the goddamn breadcrumbs. Why would you be looking for books when you're already at the goddamn source? We be at the damn pile of money, and we like, oh, no, this ain't it. Hey, brother, can you point me in a direction where the real money is, or the real fake money that I'm looking for? Oh, yeah, bro, go over there. Go over here. Go over there and sign up for his class, all right? Because go that way. Because if you don't want the horse goat, if you don't want the information from the goat, I don't know what to tell you. You looking for somebody to milk you, all right? So go find the farmer that's going to milk you, because there's a lot of farmers out here. All right? And they looking for milk. And you got something to give it out. All right? Assessment. It says any penalty, not some penalties. Any penalty imposed under subsection A, B, C shall be assessed and collected by. In the case of a national bank, remember we already talked about national banks. In the case of a national bank, by the comptroller of currency. Meaning the OCC is who you contact about your violations. Dealing with a national bank. You go tell on the national bank's daddy. You don't keep arguing with the fucking bank. You go tell on his daddy. Where your daddy at? I'm a daddy. I talk to daddy. Where your daddy at? I ain't talking to you, child. You fucking borrower. Where your daddy at? Let me go talk to your daddy. All right, listen, yeah, you this boy's daddy? Hey, OCC, you this boy? Yeah, let me tell you what's going on. Okay, so I gave your boy some work back on October 3rd, back in 2018. Gave him some work, the work being the application, okay? I gave him some work. He was supposed to extend me my equal consideration, the equal collateral, what I applied for. I told him I need a specific number back. That runner did not bring me what I asked for back. I didn't know at the time because he was giving me all these different things that was going on. Oh, I needed this, I needed that. He was kind of buying this up time. I didn't know at the time, but now I know. So I'm here to let you know your boy is out here doing bad business, breach of contract. All right, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. But I'm going to choose to go out to opt in with tier 3 because this is unknowingly, and this is a pattern of breach fiduciary duties. Oh, I have calculated a fee schedule of $1 million a day. And since this has I backdated it because I've been dealing with this issue since that day. All right, I did not get approved, which made me go do things outside of myself, which was unnatural, which was against my inalienable rights. Okay? All right, and I'm here to assess all violations because in section 29E, it tells me that in case of a national bank, and since I'm dealing with Bank of America, that's why I'm happy if something happens to I hope something happens to my account during all this shit. All right, I hope and pray something happens to my shit. But that's why I don't give a damn about this shit. All right, so because I can just go to OCC and say, hey, where's my money? You guys are FDIC backed. Bank of America might not got no money, but the Federal Reserve got some money. All right, we got some money. You may be broke, but let me step over you. Let me go to your daddy. Where your daddy at? Hey, yes, your boy say he broke, so I'm here to get his money. your boy say he broke, so I'm here to get some money. All right. Me and your boy had some business deal back in the day. I'm here to let you know, yeah, you should already know what's going on. But I'm here to let you know your boy ain't doing good business. So I advise you to go talk to him, and I advise you to get it straight. Okay? All right? Okay? So, in the case of a natural bank, you go to the comptroller of currency. In the case of a state member bank, you go to the boards of directors. So, if you're dealing with a state bank, state credit union or credit union, you know what I'm saying? You're going to the board of directors of that bank. Okay? So you're filing this fee schedule. You're calculating how long has this been continuing. Okay? But first you got to send your notice out. You send your notice. All right? And from that notice of them receiving, all right, you send it one more time because opportunity to cure. All right? Because you can literally backdate and show, okay, this violation is stopping me from living my life, liberty, and my pursuit of happiness. Y'all got to get that saying stuck in your head. I'm here to live my life, liberty, pursuit of happiness without harming anybody, without injuring anybody. See what I'm saying? So let's keep reading. It says, in a manner provided in subparagraph E, F, G, and I of section A, 1, 2 of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act for penalties imposed under such section, and any such assessment shall be subject to the provision of such section. All right, so meaning from all this, you're going to add together, y'all. You assessing everything together because everything is attached to one. All right, so F, look at this. Hearing. Look at this. Now they talking about like arbitration. It sound like. Hearing. It says the member bank or other person against whom any penalty is assessed under this section shall be afforded an agency hearing. If such member bank or person submits a request for such hearing within 20 days after issuance of notice of assessment, so that's a key note, notice of assessment. Hey, this is a notice of assessment. So when people ask, how do I word this? How do I, you use the word they're saying based upon days after issuance of a notice of assessment. This is simple. It says Section AH of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act shall apply to any proceedings under this section. Simple. G, disbursement. This is how you don't get the money. You don't get cash. I be trying to tell you, you don't get cash. Let me show you why you don't get cash. Listen to it. It says disbursement. We on G. We on Federal Reserve Section 29G. It said disbursement. All penalties, not some, all, collected under authority of this paragraph shall be deposited into where? Where? Where does these credits get deposited? Penalties is a form of money. So they're saying, where do all penalties get deposited? Where does that say, family? Exactly. Does that say you can get it wired to your bank or to your house? Does that say you can get it deposited to? Does that say any of that? So what fucking money are y'all looking for? What money? What money are you looking for? It's going to your treasury. And you can't pull cash out of your treasury. So what cash are you looking for? It's your main priority account. It's your master account. All your public dues go transfer to your Cestui Que master account. No, you don't pull cash from your master account. You live through your public and transfer to your master account. That's where all these credits are going. When you win a case, it's supposed to go to your master account. But if you don't orchestrate it for those funds to go there, if you don't put them on notice, if you don't enforce anything, and you think that they're going to do everything on your behalf, it's abandoned credits. Simple. So let's talk about violations defined. It says violations defined. Why do you think they define the violation? You think they got to define violations for banks? No, they're defining violations because they know we don't know what violations is. So it says, for purposes of this section, the term violate includes any action. Listen to this. Any action alone or with another or others for or towards causing, bringing about, participating in, counseling, or aiding or abetting a violation. In comes the tow companies. How many tow companies be saying shit, hey, I'm just here to do my jobs? I wish you would do your job, because you about to fall right in cahoots with them. Now I can hit you for a RICO. This is organized crime at this point. This falls under Federal Reserve. Section 29, I, H, A, F, B, A, B, C, E, F, and G, goddamn. And the alphabet boys, we turn the alphabet back on them. You just violate every damn thing. I don't give a damn if you're just doing your job, Bert. Bert, I'm here to let you know you better read something, because as soon as you touch that car and take it from work, you just about to give me more money. So go ahead and take it. I don't want that piece of shit-ass car anyway. It's already giving me problems. Go ahead, take it. Take it. Take it. I'll tell you where the car is. Take it. Come get it. I wish I would. Come get it. Come get it. After I done gave you 2 notices that I'm trying to execute of my principal's interest to the damn account. Come take it. Come get it. It's sitting out in the front for you. All right, it's sitting out in front. Ain't got no gas in it, but it's sitting right there for you. Come get it. Come get it so I can assess this account. Come on. Come get it. All right. Last one, it says regulations. We on I. It says the comptroller of the currency and the board, because the comptroller is who you contact if it's a national bank. The board of governors is who you contact if it's a state bank. It says shall prescribe regulations, establish such procedures, and may be necessary to carry out this section. Meaning these banks don't have to carry it out. It's not their jobs. How many of y'all at work right now, somebody come and tell you to do a job that ain't your job, you gonna be quick to say, that ain't my job? You don't think these banks are saying, I'm not about to assess this shit. That ain't my job. I'm not doing that. What? That ain't my job. So let's keep scrolling. Up! We just finished Federal Reserve Section 16. Let's give ourselves a hot round of applause. Wow. Wow. We just read a whole section. Some of us have never done that before. Wow. That was simple. That was easy. That was fast. That's faster than waiting on a book from Amazon to come. Wow. But how much did that cost us just now? How much did that cost us just now? How much? Yeah, 29. Section 29. I'm on 29. Wow. Some of us ain't never read that much ever. You know what I'm saying? We never did that before. It's that easy, y'all. We done. We done now. We can go to another section if we want to. We did that. How long it's been? Your Instagram letting us rock the day. Okay. How long was that? I don't even know how long that was, because I don't even think about the time. You can't be thinking about, oh my gosh, it's been an hour. Oh my God. I don't even think about the time. Just keep reading, because when you look up, like, oh, damn, I just been studying for 2 hours. Wow. That was easy. Damn. Let me go get something to eat right quick, go smoke right quick, you know what I'm saying? Let me go back do this later on. Damn. Let me go, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, it's that simple. It's that simple. We ain't even got to the Cestui Que Vie Act. You know what I'm saying? Because to be real, you don't need to. The Cestui Que Vie is real, but you do need to. But I was going to break the Cestui Que Vie just to show you. Matter of fact, I am going to break the Cestui Que Vie. When we come to 4 o'clock, yeah, we'll keep going. But yeah, I'm going to break down the Cestui Que Vie Act just to show y'all how easy this shit is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you on your own, you can read this for yourself way quicker. Of course, you know, I got to add the analogies. I got to add the storylines. I got to add you see what I'm saying? The layman's terms of things. That's what make things longer. But if I just sat here and talked, just bing, 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 bing. You know what I'm saying? It'll be way quicker. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're reading federal. Well, we're not reading nothing now. You know what I'm saying? Well, we just read the Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 1, Part 2. We just read Federal Reserve Section 29, which was civil penalties, what to do when they don't accept your application. All right, so that tool alone, somebody can steal that info and go make a course off of. That alone. People do it. You know what I'm saying? People do it. Now, have I used this for my remedy? Hell yes. Was I doing this in the beginning? Hell nah. Hell nah. I was submitting tax documents in. You know what I'm saying? But when I found an easier way to do it without even doing, you know what I'm saying? What? I can just use straight X. What? And I see how these corporations fold. What? What? Shit's right here. Shit right in my damn face. If y'all want to take it to court, if they want to file, come on, let's go. But I'm letting you know I'm sending this to you privately. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so that's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. How do you access the amendments? Well, brother, I would just go to Google and just look up any amendment that you want to find. I would just type in 4thAmendment.com. I would just type in 13th Amendment. I would just type in 12th Amendment, 1 Amendment, 2 Amendment, 3 Amendment, 4 Amendment, 5 Amendment, 6 Amendment, 7 Amendment, 8 Amendment, 9 Amendment, 10. I'll make a whole motherfucking song out of that shit. Just so I can remember it. But that's what I would do. Now, some people might tell you, it's a book you can get that I got. We all have a easy, accessible book. It's called Google. It's called Google. All my information comes from Google. I haven't bought a book. Only book I have bought was that business law book that I have. That book I paid like $500 for. Now, granted, you can get it for way less. So, and I'll pay that $500 again, okay? Because that book breaks down contracting and it breaks down business ethics of like other countries. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm getting information on how China do business. I'm getting information on how Japan do business, how Russia, you know what I'm saying? Like just different Africa, like different countries in Africa. And that book is entailing all, and I see why it's $500. You know what I'm saying? Also in the book, it talks about how to perform a contract. And in that book, nowhere does it say you're supposed to pay a contract. A contract is performed. A contract is performed. The book is called Business Law International Ethical. It's by Henry R. Cheeseman. I got the 2nd edition, but it's cool if you get like the 3rd edition or something like that. Something like that. Yeah, but we about to go to the Cestui Que Vie Act, y'all. Yeah, Mark Cuban probably did say something about source data, but I'm focusing on rights. If none of them people talking about rights, I'll be real with y'all. None of that shit matters. All the new wave shit, all them billionaires, they have accountants, man. They don't know shit. You feel me? They got accountants that they paying to pay their bills. This information is alleviating accountants. So I wouldn't be mad if accountants start hating me because their job is about to become for if the person decides to take ownership in their own. But again, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of folks just try to hire folks. You know how many people try to ask me, hey, brother, can you do it for me? Hey, bro, can you do it for me? Hey, man, I got this. We can make a lot of money together. Shit. How about I just give you everything and I give you a piece after everything is done? Like, man, what? I can do that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the money. It's about the time. It's about the time that is spent. You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even about that. I try to tell folks, yeah, you got millions waiting for you. Then they be like, well, can you do it for me? No. If you got millions waiting on you, what you think I'm busy doing? Come on now. So y'all go ahead and let that marinate for a little bit. All right, we about to go over to the Cestui Que Vie Act. Okay. Hope y'all taking notes. Hope y'all bookmarking these pages. All right, I hope your sleep ain't kicking in. You shouldn't even be sleepy right now. Your DNA, your molecules should be damn pinging right now. You know what I'm saying? Your DNA should be pinging right now. All right, so well, these fruit bars too damn good. Nope, I ain't saving this live. Nope, this live is not being saved. So if you go to sleep, you're gonna miss everything. Yep, I ain't saving this live. As soon as I get off this live, I'm deleting this shit. Oh yeah, I use Rebit. Yeah, I do Rebits. This live will not be saved. I'm deleting this shit as soon as I get done talking. So you better listen up. Yep. I know some of y'all was like, oh, you gonna say this? Okay, but I'm just gonna listen when I wake up. No. Ain't no waking up. Yep, I know for a fact. I'm about to go. I gotta wake up in the morning. You ain't gotta do nothing tomorrow. Go splash some water in your face. Go get some onions here. Go smell some alcohol. Go wake up. You know what I'm saying? Go play some loud music right quick. Wake everybody up in the house. Like, wake the fuck up. If I can't sleep, y'all ain't sleep. Come listen to this. Straight up. It's Saturday. If you ever been at the club all night, treat this like the club. Goddamn, go get your little snack. You know, we taking a little break right now. You know what I'm saying? We taking a little break. You know what I'm saying? You see me with the real fruit bar. You know what I'm saying? We taking a little break. So go get you some water. All right, go ahead, do what you gotta do. You know, go use the bathroom, do what you gotta do. All right. I hope you sharing this, cause it's gonna be gone it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. I might just tell you what to put on the bill. I might be in the Oprah mood, like you get it, you get it. Well, shit, we may get there. All right, so, damn, where I put my other phone at? I don't got no damn laptop. People like, why do you have a laptop? For what? For what? I'll get a laptop, but it's gonna be for business. Who the fuck walk around with a fucking laptop when I got too many laptops? Like, what the hell? I got an app on my phone where I can type and it makes it a motherfucking letter. I have a fax machine on my phone. My printer connected to, like, bro, come on now. Come on now. Y'all just like to look like y'all got business. Y'all know how many people with laptops ain't doing shit on laptops, just be looking at porn and shit and wondering why they damn servers don't work. The fuck is my phone at? Oh, here you go. Alright. Oh, we good. Oh, battery all the way good. Oh, we good. Don't worry about the battery. We good. We all the way good. We fully booted, okay? Fully booted. Alright, we fully booted. Alright, so people, hope you are listening. Okay? These beans are being planted. Alright, these beans are being planted. Okay, we are going to the Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666. Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666. All right. And as I went to Google, I clicked on the first one I seen because I'm not about to sit here. Which one I'm reading? Which one I'm reading? A lot of y'all do that. Oh, well. Oh, no, this was UK. Oh, no, this one is, it says Parliament UK. Oh, where can I find the American Cestui Que? Y'all, if you don't read the Cestui Que Vie Act and stop damn playing. Just click the first one. The one that said, the first one says legislation.gov.uk. Just click on the mother. Just click it. Just click it. All right. We're going to click on that Cestui Que Vie Act. So let's read. So your screen should look something like this. Okay. Something like that. All right. Okay. I'm at the legislation.gov.uk. All right. Type here when you're there. Type here when you're there. Okay. Type here when you're there. Type here when you're there. Okay. 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 So I don't want to see nobody else to come on my platform and say, "Oh, you brothers just milking people for the info." Can some of y'all please help me out when y'all see folks do that? Okay, because I give the game. I'm trying to figure out how do folks still think I'm milking people? Okay, like literally, I gave a course out for free. You see what I'm saying? Like, and when y'all see folks just hop on my shit, just saying, because I can't see shit all the time. When y'all see folks just saying shit out the side of their damn neck, okay, just comment and act to them. Say, "Hey, brother, hey, sister, I see that you're angry. Hey, just go here and follow this. Just read here." Just simply direct them to the information and watch how bad they deviate. Watch how bad they deviate. They still gonna find a reason why they not gonna listen to you. But then they gonna ask, "Have you used this method?" And then you haven't applied it all the way, so all you can say is no. And so they say, "Exactly, they're scamming." You see what I'm saying? All right, so let's read. Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666. What does Cestui Que mean? Does anybody know what Cestui Que mean? Cestui Que means he who lives. He who lives. Just Google it. Just type in what does Cestui Que Vie mean. It just says he who lives. Okay, he who lives. Oh, meaning this Cestui Que Vie Act is for he who is living. Let's read. All right, it says an act for redress. Does anybody know what redress mean? Can somebody Google what does redress mean and tell me what's one of the first words they see? Can somebody tell me what does redress mean? Remedy. There you go. There you go. All right, so now you see that what we're reading, it literally says an act for redress. So how do we turn that word into a layman's term? By figuring out, okay, what's another word for redress? Well, I'll be damned. Remedy. So what if I told y'all the Cestui Que Vie Act is really the act for remedy? How many of y'all are looking for remedy? Well, everybody is looking for remedy. You see what I'm saying? So clearly this is the act that you should start with. Yes, it's a remedy or to set right. To set off is the same as set right. Meaning we are trying to set right our accounts because right now it is not right. It's not right. All right, so let's read. It says an act for redress of inconveniences by want of proof of the decease of persons beyond the seas or absenting themselves upon whose lives estates do depend. So what is one word? What is the key word that we read so far? The word estate. Meaning we're supposed to be getting the remedy. We're supposed to be setting right our estates. Estate. Real space estate. Y'all hear the word? Real. A lot of y'all doing real estate don't even really understand what the word real estate means. You saying it like it's one word. Real estate. Realtor. Real estate. You see what I'm saying? Like it's when you hear that estate at the end, you're dealing with estates. Now talking about buildings, okay? An estate. Can somebody Google what an estate is? And tell the family and tell the folks what they, as soon as you Google what is an estate, see what they say what an estate is. You'll see the word land. It'll say your land. It's land. So your estate is land. Meaning all your real estate is land. Your application is land. That's your property. That's your land. All right? And it says here, the persons has absent themselves. Remember I told y'all when we turned 18, we were supposed to retire. 7 years after 18, we turned 25. They pronounced us as naturally dead. Do y'all remember when I was saying that? So let me show you where I got that from. This is it right here. Because I didn't make that shit up. This is it right here. All right, so let's read. It says, 1, and keep in mind, y'all, this is going to sound like some Shakespeare shit. You feel me? So I'm gonna put it in layman's terms after I read it, okay? It says, recital that Cestui Que Vie, or he who lives, has gone beyond sea, and that reversioners cannot find out whether they are alive or dead. I'm going to read that again. Recital that Cestui Que, meaning he who lives, have gone beyond seas, and that reversioners cannot find out whether they are alive or not. Stay with me, okay? Let's keep reading. It says, whereas, listen to this, whereas diverse lords of manors and others have granted estates by lease for one or more life or lives, or else for years determinable upon one or more life or lives, and it hath often happened that such person or persons for whose life or lives such estates have been granted have gone beyond the seas, or so absent themselves for many years that the lessers and reversioners cannot find out whether such person or persons be alive or dead. It says, by reason whereof such lessers and reversioners, meaning the state, have been held out of possession of their tenements for many years, meaning we're supposed to be the reversioners, but we don't claim our shit, which we absent ourselves voluntarily, and the reversioners, meaning the states, can't tell if we're alive or dead. So the reversioners take possession of our estates. But don't believe me, just keep staying with me. All right, so it says, reversioners have been held out of possession of their tenements for many years after all the lives upon which so estates depend are dead, in regard that the lessers and reversioners, when they have brought action, are we bringing action? No, they're bringing action for our estates. I will say it again. When we turn 18, when we don't claim to be the executors of our estates, the state gives us 7 years to do it. Once we turn 25, we don't do it, they report us as naturally dead, and the reversioners come and make action for our estate, claim us to be dead, and they claim all our assets on our behalf. Okay, until we come forth and let them know we are alive. All right, so it's a cool game. You can rewrite all your wrongs. Don't worry. All right, so let's keep reading. All right, so it says, Reversioners have been held out of possession of their tenements for many years after all the lives upon which such estates depend are dead. In regard that the lesser reversioners, when they have brought action for the recovery, this is like somebody coming to repo your house, repoing your car. We just got repoed out our estates. All right, so it says when the reversioners bring forth action for the recovery of their tenements have been put upon it to prove the death of their tenants, when it is almost impossible for them to discover the same, for remedy of which mischief so frequently happen to such lessers or reversioners. So basically they're letting you know they go forth on our behalf, let them know, hey, we haven't heard nothing from Miss Johnson ever since she was 18. We're thinking she's dead because only a lunatic wouldn't claim what's theirs. You see what I'm saying? So they're going off of that. They're like, hey, man, we've given her ample time, and we would like to make a claim for the estate. We'll take good care of it until she comes back. But for right now, we don't know where she is. We can't prove that she's alive. She hasn't given us a notice or anything like that. So, yes, we're going to go ahead and take forth action on taking possession of the estate. And if nobody counters that claim, who's the only person that can counter that claim? Who's the only person that can counter that claim? Who's the only person that can counter that claim? Do y'all think the judge is going to say, oh, no, wait a minute. I just seen Miss Johnson at the store last week. Nah, she alive. I seen her. Oh, no, Miss Johnson, baby, her daughter go to the same school as my daughter. They alive. Hell nah. That ain't how that shit go. Meaning if they're going to claim an estate and you're supposed to be the executor, security, you're supposed to be the registered agent, you're supposed to be defending your consumer. There is an attack on your consumer that's being placed and you're not doing nothing about it. You too busy doing whatever it is you think you're supposed to be doing right now. And that is not real life. You, my friend, are living in a fictitious mindset when you're supposed to be living through a fictitious person. You know what I'm saying? That's really what's going on. So we on part 2. So it says, Cestui Que Vie, meaning he who lives, remaining beyond the sea for 7 years together, and no proof of their lives, judged in action to direct a verdict as though Cestui Que Vie were dead. So, can I ask y'all a question? Are y'all reading what I'm reading? Are y'all reading what I'm reading? Are y'all reading the same thing I'm reading? Is it hitting y'all like it hit me? Because some of y'all probably read all this and didn't understand what it was saying, which is understandable because it's speaking in a language that's supposed to throw you off. But is everybody reading what I'm reading right now? They literally telling you what they do. Cestui Que, meaning he who lives. It says, remaining beyond sea, because remember, we're operating off maritime. You feel what I'm saying? We're operating off maritime. Okay, all this is shipping and receiving. So they, in their mind, they like, okay, if they're not dead, they must be out in the sea doing business. So, since they're beyond the seas doing shipping and receiving, we'll take over until they report or they come back and claim what's rightfully theirs. Y'all see what's going on? Like it's fair game. So let's read. All right, it says, if such person or persons for whose life or lives such estates have been or shall be granted, meaning you, as foresaid, shall remain beyond the sea or elsewhere, absent themselves in this realm. I want everybody to stop right there. Can everybody go Google what does realm mean? I just want you to go to Google and type in what does realm. What's the meaning of realm? What is a realm? Okay. Go to what is a realm. What is the first word y'all see? What's the first word y'all see? Kingdom. Exactly. All right. So we're going to use that word right there. Because now you see how we just transferred a term and turned it into a layman's term. All right. Realm means kingdom. So let me rewind a little bit so you can hear how it's supposed to be saying. Because we all have kingdoms that we're not returning to. In comes the story of Jesus. When they say he's going to return back to his kingdom, they're talking about you. You're supposed to return back to your realm. Right now, you're outside of your realm. You outside of your fucking mind right now. You outside of your estate. You outside of your realm, which is your kingdom. You're operating non-natural, unnatural. Okay? Unroyal. You're acting as a peasant. No matter if you got $1 million in your account, if you're not moving forth to claiming your realm, you are a peasant. You can have a Rolls Royce, you can have that. You are a peasant, okay? From law terms, because a realm is a kingdom. If you aren't taking over your realm, what are you? So let's read. Let's read it. I'm gonna substitute that word realm for kingdom so you can hear how it says. It says, if such person or persons for whose life or lives such estates have been or shall be granted, as aforesaid, shall remain beyond the seas or elsewhere absent themselves in this realm or in this kingdom by the space of 7 years together, and no sufficient and evident proof be made of the lives of such person or persons, respectfully, in any action commenced for the recovery of such tenements by the lessors or reversioners. In every such case, the person or persons upon whose life or lives such estates dependent shall be accounted as naturally dead. Now, did I make that shit up, or are y'all reading this for yourselves? It says they're going to count you to be dead, okay? If you don't basically start utilizing your rights. Your rights shows you that you're alive. Only a natural man, natural woman has rights. Businesses has policies and regulations. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Businesses have policies and regulations. Natural people have rights. Exactly. You do that by a life claim. Okay. All right, so let's keep reading. It says natural dead. It says, and in every action brought for the recovery of the said tenements by the lessors or reversioners, listen to this, their heirs or assignees is the one that's going to recover that. You hear that, y'all? You hear that? So who's the heir? For y'all that's living in the state of Texas, first of all, you got to think, who's the owner of Texas and who's the heirs of that business? For y'all that's living in California, who's the owner of California and who's the heirs? For y'all that's they got a domicile in Florida, who's the owner of the business corporation in Florida? Who are the heirs? Because these families that are, I'm pretty sure, forbidden, you're not going to find these names out there. All right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like they're not going to tell you these names. They're not going to give you this type of information. You have to basically read through the information and develop these questions. All right. So let's keep reading. It says, and in every action brought for the recovery of the said tenements, it says, by the lessors or reversioners, their heirs or assignees, the judge before whom such action shall be brought shall direct the jury to give their verdict as if the person so remaining beyond the seas or otherwise absent themselves were dead. So they just act like you dead. Like, oh, well, all right, well, they ain't saying nothing 7 years, yeah, they dead. So that's the end comes that whole, well, if you fake your death for 7 years, you know what I'm saying? If you educate, if you fake your death for 7 years, you dodge taxes. You don't even got to do all that stupid ass shit. They be like, oh, if you just wait for the debt or after 7 years, the debt fall off. You don't even got to wait that fucking long. How many tax specialists telling you, well, you know, after 7 years, you can remove it. Y'all, all that shit is cap. Whether they know it or not, All that shit is cap. You can stop anything whenever you choose. You know what I'm saying? All that. All right. So let's keep reading. We on part 3. All right. It says, if the supposed dead man proved to be alive. Oh shit. Look at this. Then the title is revested. Can y'all type in, what does revested mean? Can somebody type in, what does revested mean? Can somebody type in Google, what does revested mean? Reinstate. If y'all, for any of y'all that usually get suspended in school like me, I used to always get suspended, right? I get ISS, and then they be like, oh, you can't just go back to class. We got to reinstate you. Meaning we got to put you back in correct status. Because right now, you're suspended. Or right now, you're dead. Or right now, you're not dead. You're suspended right now. So we need to reinstate you. Because we've been counting you as dead when whole time you are here now. Okay, we need to reinstate you before you just start going to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all trying to do shit and you haven't been reinstated yet. You haven't reinstated yourself. You can do that on an individual account. Power of attorney, handwritten instruction. You letting them know you're the live living man acting on behalf of the consumer. Simple. All right, so let's read. If the supposed dead man proved to be alive, then the title is revested, meaning reinstated. Action for means profit with interest. Meaning you're supposed to get the profits that the reversionist was making while you was gone, and you're supposed to receive interest. In comes the banks. Who's supposed to pay interest? The bank. These states are banks, y'all. These states are borrowing our birth certificates and they're supposed to transfer that shit back to us. You know what I'm saying? Again, this has nothing to do with correcting your status. Your status is corrected when you start performing on a adult capacity level. It has nothing to do with going in there saying, hey, I'm an American national. That's not the status I'm talking about. That's your nationality status. This is your business status. If that makes sense. All right, so let's read. It says, provided always. I love how they be talking, man. I love how it says provided always. It don't say provided sometimes. It says provided always, meaning every time you do this, it's supposed to work. Provided always that if any person or persons shall be evicted out of any lands or tenements by virtue of this act, and afterwards, if such persons or persons upon whose life or lives such estates or estates depend shall return again from beyond the seas, or shall on proof in any action to be brought for the recovery of the same, to be made appear to be living or to have been living at the time of the eviction, that then and from thenceforth the tenant or leasee who was outed of the same has or their executor, administrators, or assignees shall or may re-enter, repossess, have hold, and enjoy the said lands and tenement and his or their former estate for and during the life or lives, or so long the term as the said person or person upon whose life or lives the said estates or estates depend shall be living. So I'm going to break that down in simple terms. So for all y'all that's preaching that I'm not a tenant, I'm not in this military system, I'm not in this, I'm not a tenant, I'm going to let you know you might want to overstand the power of the tenant. Okay? Because when you reading these landlord-tenant acts and laws, you understand that the landlord is supposed to pay the rent on behalf of the tenant. The tenant already gave security. The tenant gave us security collateral, which was the application. So for y'all that said, I'm not a tenant, that's lieutenant, you don't hear the military. Okay, okay, God, how do you pay your bills again? Oh, I still use Federal Reserve. All right, well, shut the fuck up then, because you still using this military paper. All Federal Reserve notes are military paper. So you just need to know your part in this military, okay? Like, you just need to know your part in this. Because if you don't, you're going to be on the backside. Okay, you're going to be regurgitating shit. Oh, don't do that. You don't want to be a part of the system. You don't want that. Ask them how they paying their bills. Okay? Because how somebody going to tell you how to live? They ain't giving you no publication. They ain't telling you no laws to go, you know what I'm saying, to go by. They just giving you, oh, no, well, you know that's the system. What the fuck does that mean? The fuck does that even really mean? I'm trying to be out the system. Okay, what are you trying to do? I'm just trying to live my life. Okay, well, do you not know that you're supposed to be enjoying your land and your tenements in your estates? The exact estate that's in the quote unquote system that you saying you don't want to be a part of? Y'all, we so informed that we stupid, y'all. Like, and it's groups that are built on this, and it's folks that are praised for giving that wrong ass direction. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're gonna stay for it. All right, so let's read. It says, and shall upon action to be brought by him or them against the lesser reversioners or tenants in possession or other persons respectfully, which at the time of the said eviction they received the profits of the said lands, or tenements recovered for damages the full profits of the said lands or tenements respectfully with lawful interest for and from the time that he or they were outed of the said lands, or tenements and kept or held out of the same by the said lessers, reversioners, tenants, or other persons who, after the said eviction, received the profits of the said lands or tenements, or any of them respectfully, as well in the case when the said person, meaning you, or person upon whose life or lives such estates or estates did depend, or shall be dead at the time of bringing the said action, as if the said person or persons were then living. So basically they're saying, if you was alive and you can prove that you was alive when they evicted you from your estate, meaning if you can prove that you was alive when you were 25, meaning you can show, you see what I'm saying? Let them know, hey, okay, I'll show you this was live I was doing. You know, you just got to prove that you was alive during that time to show that you are alive, okay? Now you can basically claim the profits and the interest that was made during the time that they said you was dead. I know that sounds crazy as hell. All right, but I'm letting you know from the age of 18, we were supposed to take ownership of our executor. We were supposed to retire, okay? And we were supposed to become the boss of our estate, all right? Because we was done working all up to the age of 18. We was working for the United States, and after we turned 18, we was old enough to take ownership of that. That's the difference between a minor and a majority owner. Anytime you hear the word minor, they're not talking about skin complexion. They're talking about your competency level and your ownership level in your accounts. So if you're calling yourself a minor, I'm here to let you know, stop saying that dumb ass shit, because you're only telling folks you're a child. Okay. All right, and let's keep scrolling. Oh, damn! Will you look here? We're done. Wow. How do you prove what? What? Okay, this is time for questions and answers. So from everything we done went over, all right, how do you prove what? Let's answer some questions. This is time for questions and answers. All right, let's get it. Because we just went through Federal Reserve Section 16, talking about how the application is for notes. The application is collateral. We talked about Federal Reserve Section 29, A, B, C, D, all the way to I. It talks about civil penalties when they don't accept our application because it's breach of contract. Now we're talking about Cestui Que Vie. This shit proves itself. All you're doing is going forth and making a claim and literally printing this shit out. And first, you got to make sure that who you're dealing with is operating under oath, and who you're dealing with is operating under the Constitution. That's first and foremost. You got to set the playing field. After that, then you show them all of these acts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you let them know you was live. You wasn't in your competent level. You wasn't in your full capacity. But now you are, and now you can prove that you were live. That's it. That's all. Did you have a job during the time you was 18? Or from 25? Can you prove that you was live? Like, it's easy ways to prove. Did you have a bank account? You know what I'm saying? Did you have an ID? Did you have a state ID that had your picture on it? That shows that it's easy ways. So did you have a MySpace? You know what I'm saying? Did you have you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that, cause they gonna ask you, can you send in the live birth? Go get your live birth, because if you got the live birth, now you can send a copy of that. It's simple. You don't need a class on that before anybody go on my inbox. Do you got a class on how to show that you alive? Please do not do that, okay? Because all these acts is just showing you how to operate through the living, or operate as the living through the consumer, if that makes sense. But yeah, y'all, that's the 3 acts, okay? That's really what it is, y'all. It's really self-explanatory, all this shit. We just need to choose to actually love to read. That's really what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta love to read. You gotta put yourself around readers. There's a saying that goes like this: all readers aren't leaders, but all leaders read. So if you want to be a leader and you're not reading anything, how do you expect to lead correctly? You're not doing nothing but leading the blind because you're blind. How to get your live birth? Go to the state that you were born in, the vital statistics, go to their website and follow the prompts. They give you a step-by-step how to receive your live birth in the mail. Yeah, there's no death certificate. There is no death certificate on your behalf. That's another indication that you're alive. You can ask the state, is there any death certificate on behalf of this name? And they're like, no, there isn't. Oh, thank you. Can you send me that in writing? Thank you. You're not calling them saying, hey, I'm here to claim my estate. They're like, please, y'all don't do that. Please, y'all don't do that. No, you don't got to get nothing authenticated, guys. It's already authenticated. That's not how you change your status, King Coop 6. You change your status by operating correctly. And a lot of folks have got folks thinking that how you change your status is simply sitting in docs. You have to operate in that status, meaning you can have your status changed all day from more to American National to anything you want. If you still don't know how to do basic contracting, you just gonna be a person that changed their status and still paying bills. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said, what's the purpose of filing UCC1? Well, I will go to Google, type in what's the purpose of filing a UCC1, and then they're going to give me like a numerous of links that you can click on. That's going to break down what exactly UCC is. What's the UCC1? Because there's the UCC1, there's UCC2, UCC3. You know what I'm saying? It's a Uniform Commercial Code. It's just a title inside of the UCCs. Yes, I have a course on remittance. I have a beginner course that's $250. I have an advanced course that's $500. All right, the $250 course is 6 hours long, but you get it for lifetime. And my advanced course is 6 hours long. You get that for lifetime. How do you cash in your credits the right way? Well, you don't cash them in, family. There's no such thing as cash. I know you probably think I'm being smart right now, but I'm just putting you on the right path mindset. You know what I'm saying? You're not cashing. You don't cash in credits. The credits is waiting for you to accept. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to know how to accept what's being given, and you got to know how to transfer. So, I mean, I got a class for that, you know what I'm saying, breaking that down. But I would definitely advise you get my beginner course, which is, and if you have my beginner course, I have an advanced course. But if you don't have any of that, you want to get the beginner course because it's going to basically, you see how I broke down these acts right now? In my beginner course, there's way more acts. It's way more acts. You feel what I'm saying? So in my beginner course, I break all that shit. 6 hours of me doing the same thing I'm doing here, but I do it for other acts like your HJR 192, Emergency Banking Act. I go into Truth in Lending. I go into what happened on Jackal Island, the formation of the FDIC. You know what I'm saying? I go deep into that, the Cestui Que Vie Act. And then in my advanced course, all right, I show you how to use all of that and apply it to your situation. All right, so yeah, I did the beginner course for free. All right, so also I see you got that one. So your next step, I hope you're watching that course now. I hope you're watching that course, brother. I really do. I hope you're not just trying to hurry up and get ready because you're going to fall on your face. All right, now I do have an advanced course when you're ready to execute. All right, the advanced course show you what to put on your bill, what to put on your instructions, how to properly represent your consumer or your principal. Yeah, so if you're still lost on that, just keep watching that beginner course. If you want to begin the course, just DM me. Again, it's $250. If you want advanced course, DM me. It's $500. All right, Zelle or Cash App ready. All right, Zelle or Cash App ready. Please don't ask what does the course entail, family. Please do not ask me what does each course entail. Link is not in my bio, family. That link has been taken down. That class is not free anymore. Okay, the class is not free anymore. Link is not in the bio anymore, family. Yeah, no credit cards. I don't unless you got your credit card attached to your Zelle or your Cash App, but we ain't doing no credit cards, okay? Folks be like, I don't trust that type of business. Well, it don't matter what you trust. It ain't about what you trust. It's about what I trust. So that's why I try to tell folks, like, I don't really trust. You don't have no form of pay? No, I don't. Okay, find somebody else that's gonna give you the game for this price. All right. So yeah, Cash App ready, be Zelle ready. All right. So again, my beginner course is $250, advanced course is $500. Those are only two courses I have right now. That's the only two courses you really need. How does one sign? It's just about, well, how I would research signatures, like the different forms of signatures, like what's a restricted signature, what's an endorsed signature. You know what I'm saying? Just because asking a question like that, like, it's not really giving you any intel. So if I just tell you right now you're going to do buy or for, just like people just going to start commenting telling you the answer. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to know the why. You feel what I'm saying? You got to know why the name is like that. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're changing the name every time you sign, you see what I'm saying? It's not staying consistent with the paper trail. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me, do I give receipts? What type of receipts are you requesting? I don't put any UCCs on my signature. Not anymore. I don't use any because when you read the bill of exchange or any contract law, it literally tells you don't add the UCC on there. You have to put, don't add the code. You're not supposed to put codes on there. You're only supposed to put what it is you're doing, like without recourse, that's it. Or rights to reserve, that's it. You're not supposed to add that UCC on there. You know what I'm saying? That's not supposed to do that. No, I'm not telling you how I sign. It's not about how I sign. It's about how do you want to sign. Once you find out how you want to sign, that's going to be your own signature. Yeah, be careful just putting UCCs all over the place. Cause I see a lot of folks doing that too. Like they all put UCC 1-3-8. I put UCC 313, and now your bill just look like a whole bunch of UCCs everywhere. And like that ain't it, cause you don't. Once I overstood, like you don't got to do all that. Have you ever completed 1099A process? Yes. I wouldn't advise nobody to do that shit if you don't know what's going on. What is a restricted sign? I will go to Google and type, what is a restricted signature? Yeah, all rights reserved, but when you see that at the bottom of the corporation, they put rights reserved, do you ever see a UCC beside they shit? No. It just says all rights are reserved. Oh no, I was asking somebody else had asked me how do I sign. Yeah. I mean, you could choose to write like that. You know what I'm saying? But who is it for? If it's by John Smith, who is it for? Yeah, you never see UCC codes on none of them instruments that they send us. So why are we putting UCC on things we're sending them? Oh, receipt for the money we spend with you. Do I got receipts? I mean, your Cash App does. You mean like receipt like that? Oh, so what you mean like that? Or are you saying do I make a receipt and send it back to you? I mean, I could, but I don't. How I normally do things is if somebody wants the class, I kind of treat it just like a weed deal, a weed sale. If somebody hit me up, if somebody was hitting me up back in the day and said, I need an ounce, I'm going to meet them somewhere. Okay, they're going to have their money. I'm going to give them the product. They're going to take the product. I'm going to take the money, and we're going to go our separate ways. They're going to get high on that product, that marijuana. All right. So with this case, I have a product that I'm selling. I haven't put it on my official website just yet. All right, because when I pull my website out, I'm gonna have all my followers go to my website. But until then, my product is sold. It's a simple process. Soon if you're ready to buy, it's ready to be sold. All right, it's what it is. All right. Yeah. It's, all this shit's guaranteed. It don't come with no receipts. I don't just see the necessary oversell. Because what are you going to do? You can't charge back your car because I don't take credit cards. You see what I'm saying? So what's the point of I don't know. I said, I'm not a credit repair, so you can't go sue me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like how I structured this shit is like really perfect. You know what I'm saying? It really, see, people think the hood means like ratchet. The hood is an acronym for helping ourselves overcome debt. It has nothing to do with the low vibration of the hood that we think it is. You see what I'm saying? I just made it like that because I know folks was going to think that, like, oh, he do that because he doing it the hood way. It ain't no fucking hood way. You see what I'm saying? I'm still legit. You feel what I'm saying? It's just I'm making you help yourself. You see what I'm saying? We're helping ourselves overcome debts. All right? We're helping ourselves overcome debt. I'm helping you. You is yourself. So I'm helping you overcome debt. But I'm helping you help yourself.
You know, and I know you just playing, but a lot of folks just see that, and I need to change a little bit and have it H.O.O.D, because I don't want folks to just think it's like just some hood shit. You know what I'm saying? Because even before all this, like, I want to say in 2019, before Uber was booming, I was like the first one in my city that I would, because I hated like clocking in at work, right? So I would have a car, my license was suspended. So, you know, Uber wouldn't let you do shit if your license suspended. So I started hood Uber. You know what I'm saying? And folks in my city can vouch for this, because I just put that shit. I said, I'm about to do hood Uber. I'm about to charge folks $20 to take them wherever they want. It's going to be extra $20 to take you back. You know what I'm saying? I depend on like radius. I was like, I'm gonna charge you 15 if it's inside 10, like shit like that. I real live did. I was like hood consumer. I was like hood Uber, and my phone used to jump. I beat up. I'm like, now I'm making way more money than a regular Uber, because I don't got to worry about no fees getting taken out. I'm getting cold cash. I can smoke in my shit. I was letting folks smoke in the car. You know what I'm saying? I was letting all that. I call that shit hood Uber. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to get you where you need to go. I don't want you to say shit about my car smelling like what it smell like. Okay? All right, you going to get in here. You going to go. You don't need to make no motherfucking profile. You act crazy, you going to get shot. All right? It was that damn simple. All right? You act crazy in the car, you going to get shot. All right? So I never had an issue. All right? And I didn't do late pick, because I only did like day shit, because I wanted to make sure people got to their jobs, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing. So but when I'm using the word this time, hood consumer advisor, I mean I'm advising consumers. All right, I'm really advising the consumer, but it's HOOD for helping ourselves overcome debts. Okay, so I don't want nobody to get that mixed up. I know me personally, I need to brand that more. All right, because I don't want folks to think, oh, he the hood. Oh, yeah, he got tattoos. Oh, yeah, he the hood version. Like, that shit ain't got nothing to do with Nathan, okay? All right, because I don't want you from the hood or the streets. You see what I'm saying? You just come to me thinking I ain't professional, I ain't organized. Because a lot of brothers come to me like they think they can just talk to me. You know, not disrespectful, but thinking they can have a conversation on that level when we're here with it. It may look like it's there, but we're really here with it. You see what I'm saying? So all that, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that shit. Now, granted, I talk the same way, but I don't understand that shit when we trying to actually have a conversation about it. You're going to have to articulate your words a little better. You know what I'm saying? All that you feel me, you saying, because I'm the type to be like, nah, bro, I don't get what you're saying. And I'm the type that make the moment awkward as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell I make that shit awkward, because folks just think I'm on what they own, and I be like, nah, bro, I don't really understand what you're saying, bro. You're going to have to kind of explain a little bit. And then they start, oh, okay, I'm trying to, exactly. Talk to me how you talk to, how can I say this? Talk to me the same way you'll talk to a person that's the same complexion of a napkin. Okay, we're going to say that. Talk to me the same way you would talk to a person that's the color of a napkin. Not the paper bag napkins either. The tissue. Yeah. So give me the same respect. All right. Give me the same. All right. Granted, I'm here for you, but at the end of the day, we still have a business. You know what I'm saying? We still have a business to talk. You know what I'm saying? We still have a level of competency we're trying to reach, and a lot of that comes from how we talk. Now, I might get on here and talk and use ebonics all day. I be like, or I say, like, I be like, all that ebonics and stuff like that. But y'all, none of my documents uses no fucking ebonics. Okay, I only talk like that and do like type how I be typing, because that's how my generation and that's how society listens. You feel what I'm saying? But when we get into these acts and these laws, as you can see, everything we read, it never talked about no fucking credit score. It never talked about no damn job. It never talking about pay anything. The only people that's supposed to pay something is the banks. You feel what I'm saying? So all that is real info, is real sauce. It's real shit that you can apply. Like, it don't matter what hood you from, don't matter what complexion of your skin. You see what I'm saying? You can do the same thing as them people that you said you can't do. No matter what your skin complexion look like, nobody's gonna kill you. Okay, this whole fear monger thing. Oh man, you don't want to get too smart. They're gonna kill you. Okay, well, let's get smart first. Okay, you ain't even cracked the book, and the last thing they worried about is you. All right, you ain't even cracked the. Trust me, ain't nobody game planning on killing you, okay, just because you about to fucking read. This is not the 40s. This is not the 30s. This is not the 20s. Okay, no one is going to crucify you for reading. Only people that do crucify people for reading is their own community. You know what I'm saying? We cheer and big up like this street mentality, like you gotta be tough, but so we don't never big up the kids that's like reading, that's going to school, or not saying that you gotta go to school. I'm just saying just about education. Like, that shit really isn't pushed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really realize that till like I got older and shit. Like, we'll praise somebody that's good in basketball or football quicker than somebody that's making straight A's. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? As soon as that kid don't go off to school, that's when all that love go away. You know what I'm saying? That's when all the, shit, I knew it, man. He's going to be like everybody around. Yeah. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? All the hands go away. All that shit go away. You feel what I'm saying? Because nobody really cares what happens if you're not entertaining. You see what I'm saying? Like, we push entertainment so much. You know what I'm saying? So much entertainment that we miss. But I say all that to say this information right here, y'all, is your get out of debt card. Okay, I ain't gonna say get out of your live free card. I'm not gonna say that because there's a performance that needs to be made. But I will say this is your get out of debt card, because your every debt, there's a credit. The credit is owed to you. The debt is charged to the corporation. All right, so yeah, it's a lot of distractions going on to keep us from reading the shit that we read tonight. And I was definitely capping, y'all, about not saving this live. I'm gonna save this live. I just said that so y'all can't go to sleep. Gotcha. Tricked ya. Yeah, I'm gonna save this live. Definitely save this live. Make sure y'all share this shit. All right, we've been on this motherfucker about 3 hours. Okay, make sure y'all share this shit. Okay, anybody you know that's confused out here in this consumer law world, anybody you know, man, share this shit. I don't give a fuck if you seen me going back and forth with them. You know what I'm saying? Share this shit. I don't care if you seen me say they scamming or whatnot. Share this shit. Okay, share it. Share it. All right, we gonna baptize these heathens one way or the other. Okay, one way or the other. All right, we gonna get to you the nice way, or we gonna get to you, all right, the trolling way. We can do both ways. We can either troll you, or we can either teach you. Which one you want to do? Which one you want to do? We can troll you, or you can teach you. You pick your T's. You pick your T correctly. All right, you gonna get trolled or you gonna get taught. All right, like don't come to my page with no crazy shit. Don't come to my page because we're gonna put you on the spot. All right, okay. I take pride in making somebody look stupid as hell. They don't know what they talking about. I take pride in that shit. I wake up on some who can I make look dumb today? That's been feasting off people. All right, who the big dog where's the feathers I can ruffle? Like, where he at? Who has the biggest credit repair company right now? Where they at? I feel like, and I said when I turned 30, I wasn't gonna troll no more. I'm only trolling for the righteousness. Okay, I'm only trolling for the creditors. I'm not trolling for my own gain anymore. I'm only trolling for the greater good. Yeah, that sounds even better. I'm only trolling for the greater good. Okay, so if y'all see me going back and forth with somebody, please trust and believe I'm not taking that shit personal. That person probably on the other side punching the motherfucking air, mad as shit. All right? All right? I'm not mad at all. I don't pay any bills. I can really do what the hell I want. You see what I'm saying? So why would I be mad at somebody for saying they want to fight me? I be feeling like, what's the shit? When they doing Black Panthers, like, yo, we don't do that over here. You know, so we don't tussle anymore, okay? All right, so make sure y'all get this info out. All right, make sure y'all get this info out. All right, to anybody that's saying consumer law is a red flag, please get this to them. Okay, please let them know that there's two sides of the counter. There's a private side and there's a public side. Meaning we need to know both sides, okay? So get this to anybody and everybody that you have heard say that this shit does not work, okay? Get this to anybody that you see that's saying that shit ain't real. They just want to take people money. You could just simply say, hell, well, this is free right here, brother. You don't got to pay nothing. This is a 3-hour free Instagram live that you literally can follow. And he's literally telling you where you can go and how you can execute this. This is really that simple, y'all. It's really that simple, y'all. Oh yeah. Oh nah, Denzel couldn't endorse that. It was blood on his hands at that. Y'all know why he got shot up in that movie, right? Because he slapped the son of a Russian boss. Y'all know how Denzel, he had that he was, you know, he was a hothead. So he went out gambling. He was talking shit to the wrong one. So he slapped the dog shit out. You know what I'm saying? So they say in the movie, slapped the dog shit out of, I guess, some Russian cat. And that Russian cat went and told who he connected with. And that's why Denzel got killed. They didn't even give a fuck about the money. I feel like they would have killed him anyway in the money, even if he would have paid. You know what I'm saying? So, because it was a disrespect level at that point. But as far as any other bills that doesn't have to do with violence, you know what I'm saying? You can endorse that. You can accept and transfer. We're supposed to be performing all our contracts. We're not supposed to be paying anything. Okay, you're not supposed to be paying anything. Even at your job that you gave them application, that was the money that paid for the collateral. Meaning you shouldn't be punching the clock in. You're supposed to just be receiving checks from your employer. All right, so that's what it is, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. If anybody interested in the course and class, as you can see, if I'm putting this on free, imagine what's in my paid product. All right, so if you're interested in that, be Cash App, Zelle ready. Just let me know you want the beginner course, because that's basically starts you off and gets your overstanding down pack before you get the advanced course, which is $500 for the advanced. All right, $250 for the beginner. All right, so that's what it is, y'all. Peace and love, happiness, all that. Make sure y'all fulfilling your duties to live out your life, liberty, and your pursuit of happiness. Okay, that's what it is. Peace and love. All right, I'm out.